The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey, what? Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
Ah!
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers,
You pig!
damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life.
Sport!
Hello, beautiful people. You are looking at live action for the soccer tournament that started this morning on this glorious Cary, North Carolina Wednesday. This program starts now. Hey, Concave SC has made its debut this morning against the Reggae Rovers in this beautiful city of Cary, North Carolina. Now listen, there is a chance that I'm feeling some pulls in the hamstrings, the groins, the hip flexors, and I believe I even strained an Achilles out there this morning as our team lost in devastating fashion 4-1. Although I maybe saw the net a little bit, I didn't touch the ball. Actually, had to chase a guy down and almost puked in the middle of my debut. But the Concave SC team will figure it out, and they will get things done before our next game this evening at 7 p.m. against Natty SC. Until then, we'll be doing a show live here from a stage that we set up right next to one of the showcase fields, and I'm not alone here. No, I have a incredible group with me. The Toxic Table is here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Now,
What is that?
shoot out there, Foxy. Hell yeah. There is a...
One more time.
Is there another? Take the tractor another run! I don't know if you're able to hear that. Through the TV or through the internet. I didn't see it, but the biggest fucking plane ever just flew over. Seemingly, that is what just happened here in Cary, North Carolina. Obviously, a lot of military here in North Carolina, which we appreciate the hell out of. And also a crowd that is gathered sitting on a hill. You guys look awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming out. We did not expect anybody to be here, so we do not have a camera shooting that way. We certainly have to fix that. In the Hawk's Nest, ladies and gentlemen, a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup champion, and a guy who was supposed to play soccer today. AJ Hawk.
Tell you what, it's nice up here, man. I like this Hawk's Nest. It's usually Tone's situation, but I'll take it.
That will be Tone's situation, but Tone is back in Indianapolis, Indiana, just in case we are not able to get live from this particular spot in beautiful Cary, North Carolina. Now, there was a little bit of a situation yesterday where I took a shot at a guy who works here. Sure. In Cary, North Carolina. Mr. Krotz.
Yep.
Now,
Valid.
I believe there was a potential miscommunication, turns out. And Krotz is a good guy. Krotz is a good guy. The maintenance team here has been fantastic. The Cary, North Carolina people, but the city that are in this, and also the TST people who have tried to make this as efficient as possible, has helped us out immensely. We are lucky to be here, pumped to be here, thankful to be here. In Cary, North Carolina, they got like putting greens for fields at this place. It is maybe the most gorgeous sports complex I've been to. We're lucky to be here, thankful to be here. It's not just us, though.
No.
There is a premier... there is a league right below the Premier League, an England team owner here, whose team is represented in TST fighting for $1 million prize. He actually played this morning, almost scored a goal.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Almost scored a goal. Had a save by a goalie. His team lost 7-2, but he showed up in a big way. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Can everybody hear me? All right, there we go. I'm thrown off by AJ in the DJ booth up in the corner here, spinning ones and twos.
Yeah, let's not talk about what AJ.
7-3, first of all, 7-3. Okay, we got 3 goals, more than you guys scored.
Whoa! How many shots on goal.
But I have to echo your sentiments. North Carolina is a beautiful place.
Beautiful.
Beautiful place. These fields are impeccable. A lot of fields, too. So touche to everybody here in Cary, North Carolina. Phenomenal setup here.
Could you imagine if the NFL owners were able to put this type of grass in?
Could you imagine? It must be so expensive if these guys are doing it here because there's 100 fields of beautiful grass.
It actually made me feel younger, feel faster. Now, I grew up playing soccer, so I had a little bit of nostalgia when I was on the field. I was running at one point. I'm like, oh, shit, yeah. Still got it. And then a Jamaican guy actually put his shoulder through my chest into my jaw. And I was like, oh, I didn't know we did that. I completely forgot that we did that in this particular sport. You didn't have any of that because you didn't grow up playing soccer?
I grew up in a similar but different atmosphere with youth hockey. So like tournaments, like this whole vibe that we've had with our squad. I mean, we have a team hotel. We did a little activity last night, a little golf simulator and dinner to get us together. And then today, you're arriving and warming up with your squad. Like, I feel like I'm on a 5th grade youth football team right now, and it's fun. It's like we're at a tournament. It's cool.
Exactly how I feel. Yeah. Legitimately exactly how I feel. Got a chance to hang out with the boys this morning. Met them last night. We got in late because there was a holding pattern. And I guess North Carolina is, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
They're able to have this type of grass. I think because it does rain. I think when it rains, it comes. I think it is. We're just circling the city for an hour and 15 minutes. Missed the training session last night with the boys, but everybody on our team has that feeling.
I feel so bad for you in that tiny little plane that you were on, I mean, I know you fly around in that tiny little thing or back in coach, I know. I'm sure it's tough in coach when you're circling for an hour.
All right, before we get to
Did your caviar get warm?
Okay. Okay.
Actually, the snackies weren't great.
No.
So.
Too many veggie straws.
To be clear, that wasn't part of the conversation.
It was.
These snacks kind of stink. Yeah, we had veggie straws, though.
Yeah, too many of them, though.
You want some veggie?
I've been introduced to veggie straws with my son. Big fan of them.
Oh,
He's
my
a big
daughter
fan.
loves the veggie.
Big fan of veggie
Crack those
straws.
sons in half.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get
Don't say that word. Don't you say that word.
Don't do this. There's already enough people doing
Come
it.
on.
Don't you say that word.
Stop it, okay? Especially in Cary, North Carolina. This place is gorgeous. Before we get to the big news in the NBA, which is it's corrupt.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know
no.
this.
I mean, I've been playing soccer all morning. What happened?
Me too. Literally just came through. Con man, what's happening in the NBA?
Yeah, so Jontay Porter allegedly is now being accused by federal prosecutors that he was, in fact, throwing games on purpose because he had so much gambling debt with his co-contributors that they were basically like, hey, going to need you to go out and miss 18 threes tonight, and then we will all make $100,000. So that's what they're saying now. And then there's also a RICO report that he sent a text on April 4th like, hey, this may be a RICO thing. That's kind of very new. Don't know much about that. But allegedly now, yes, he is being accused of
rigging games
on purpose.
And bets can't have that in sports.
No.
Like sports gambling, obviously, is going to be very prevalent in sports for a long time because there's a lot of money in it, and nobody's winning. The gambling companies are definitely winning, just like the casinos have those big ass balls. They are doing. They're going to win. So it's going to be involved in sports, especially as it continues to get more regulated and legalized and everything like that. The biggest nightmare of every human is your cooking games.
Yeah.
You can't be cooking. And with the NBA, they already have Tim Donaghy. Like, imagine if one of your guys was out here trying to miss. That's what Jontay Porter was doing allegedly.
Bingo.
And they pulled up a clip from him back in the day. He's trying to miss this three clearly.
Yeah.
He banks it home. Okay, so let me throw this son of a bitch through the backboard. Oh, and it goes in. It goes in.
Pissed about.
Then allegedly they show him, and he.
What the?
Okay, all
What
right.
is this?
Well, he's about to get his arms broken.
Yeah,
Because that's crazy. That's old school. That's not what I think would still be happening. But obviously, this is going to get pushed in the spotlight in a big, big way because we've seen this type of thing in the past in movies as well.
Yeah, I can't love it, but I mean, the reality is we have a Paul Crewe in the NBA, okay? Adam Sandler, everybody knows, longest yard, former Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback, shaving points, goes to federal prison in Texas, and they darn near shot him in the head, later on in the movie when he was playing. So, I mean, it's not good for the NBA. It's not good for sports as a whole. Never thought I'd see the day we'd have another Paul Crewe in professional sports, but here we are. And the reality is there's no escaping it.
That sounds like Ryan McGee there, obviously North Carolina legend.
It's tough not to when you get down here. You kind of just start
See the hills.
Exactly. When you're driving around, you see Bojangles. You see there's Bojangles on every corner. It's hard not to kind of just pay homage to McGee. So I may kind of slip in and out of this all day today. We'll see. I'm having a great time in North Carolina.
Can we break down the logistics of that? So obviously there's got to be bets on him missing certain amounts of points or scoring under certain
So
amount
it's
of points.
threes. It was threes made was a big one.
Would that not be the single most obvious thing if all of a sudden a bunch of money's coming in on this guy and then he's missing the shots. I mean, like, I feel like there's got to be.
So don't want
to do it.
Don't want to just update you on this story as you're talking because you're making great points. It actually came out that DraftKings reported like an abnormality with one of the bets because it was the biggest winner of any bet that they had for the entire week. And it was like under 1.5 threes or something like that.
Yeah.
And then there was a game where he went in there and then he came out early, left the game early, didn't even play. And I think his over-under was like 4 points or something.
Yeah.
So he like got sick or something, couldn't play.
Stomach bug.
I mean, I feel like if you're going to do it, man, like, let's sit down and think about it. Like, I feel like you could come up with a better plan.
JJ,
Come on.
What would your plan?
What was your plan?
I don't know, but it wouldn't be to put down
tell us,
$50,000 on me to shoot less than 5 threes, and then all of a sudden I go out there, I chuck up bricks. Like, yeah, oh, wow.
AJ.
We've never had $1,000 on J.J. Watt to miss a sack before, and wow, $1,000 came in this morning, and he just whiffed.
Well, 1,000.
Crazy.
It was
40. Hopefully 40.
They're-
Oh, I forgot it's the NBA. Like, they make a lot
of money. Now, anytime a
Who does he owe
game,
money to? Who to DraftKings to like or an old school bookie? Is that who he owes money to?
boom.
Yeah.
Okay. And so federal prosecutors found him first, not the NBA.
Who's punching the microphone?
Yeah,
Not
me.
100%
That was me.
sure.
That was bad. That was bad radio. Sorry, bad TV.
We'll
yes,
handle
yes,
the
I
bad
agree.
TV, JJ.
So did the NBA know about it, or who knew about it first? The prosecutors or the NBA?
DraftKings was the first report. That whole thing Pat just said about how the biggest prop bet of the night out of nowhere was Jontay Porter under like 4.5 points or 5 points or whatever. And then from there it kind of trickled on. But I think it did start with DraftKings.
But he's not punching his own DraftKings ticket.
No,
right?
it was through a guy. It was through the. That's how you get caught up. Is you had a third party in there.
Yeah, those
that's,
are the
that's how you get there.
contributors that they're
Yeah.
saying that were telling him, hey, you need to do this because you are down a shit ton of money. That was probably an offsite book like Shohei Ohtani.
This fascinates me. This is really fascinating.
Yeah, it's crazy because literally every building you walk into as a sport has an. I don't know what you guys have in the Burnley stable here. You know, because everybody got a stable pretty much in the Players Village.
Sure.
is what it's called.
Yeah.
Everybody has a stable. We have a picture of Pete Rose right up there when everybody walks in, and it says, "Don't be Pete Rose of the soccer tournament." $1 million, somebody can get a little nosy.
Oh, yeah.
You know, potentially doing some things. But anytime this happens, people bring up great Cincinnati Red Pete Rose, AJ, and I know that breaks your heart, obviously, because you love the way that guy could swing a bat. But there's a difference between betting like boxers betting on themselves.
Yep. That's fine. I think that's completely fine.
But
sure.
double the purse.
Yeah.
It's one-on-one.
You're doubling the purse here. You're in a great good. you're
Ryan
in a-
Garcia, yeah.
You do what you got to do. But whenever team stuff gets involved, it always gets heightened. But Pete Rose is pumped that Jontay's doing this.
Oh, yeah.
Pete Rose is like, I didn't do that.
Remember, Pete had the comment, "What? I just need an interpreter." When the whole show continues to be thrust into the spotlight again and again throughout this whole process. Just let him in the hall. What are we doing?
Oh, Pete? Yeah, let Pete in the hall. Holy shit, what a goal at the soccer tournament!
Well, the keeper's pissed.
To be clear, we have no idea who scored on what team or how they did it, but it is electrifying that they did what they did.
Absolutely.
Is it not, Ty?
Yeah, I mean, 2-2, 13 minutes left. You know, I believe one of these teams is Sergio Aguero's.
Yeah, dude, there's a lot of small humans on that field.
JJ, how'd you feel about that? Because my team's big. Have you seen my team?
Yeah, your team is huge.
My team is very big, and I don't know if that's good or bad as we move
Well, I
on.
mean, the results not great because I'm
You
also
gave up
large and we had
7
bad.
points.
I know. I'm saying, geez, calm down.
Well, you said it earlier, now you're running your mouth. You don't think Concave SC is going to figure it out? Tony Miola's giving a fucking speech right now.
I hope so. I've been watching film of Rovers. I asked you guys for tips on what happened, and you were like, I don't know. They scored the first goal, or it was where's Gumpy? Gumpy was like, they scored the first goal and it got away from us. Like, that doesn't help me tonight.
They countered
Obviously,
us.
I'm not.
They countered us. Why'd you guys lose so much?
Countered as well. The counterattack.
Okay.
The counter, they got the plays. They know where to go. I was watching their team, and it was like a synchronized swimming routine as they were all kind of finding their spot. In our team, we had 5 guys on the field. Supposed to have 6. We had 5 guys on the team multiple
Shut up.
times.
Wait, what?
What happened?
We had 7 guys on the field one time. Yellow card. Somebody got a damn yellow card.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was chaos.
And
JJ.
speed.
Jay, it was chaos. Tony Miola's got to figure it out.
He does.
Tony Miola was worried about the World Series, College World Series, that Oklahoma State team his boy plays on.
Yep.
His boy plays on the Oklahoma State baseball team.
player.
They just lost to Florida. They're
Omaha.
out.
Oh, no.
No, they didn't make it.
Oh.
Why you keep talking shit to Tony Miola?
I didn't know. You just said his boy's playing in the College World Series. I said Omaha. I literally said Omaha. Might as well call me Peyton Manning.
Oh, I get it, guys.
That's pretty good.
Production.
Jade, you almost scored today, right?
I did. Thank
We
you.
have the footage. We have the
So
footage.
close.
Roll it.
man.
Roll it.
What did it feel?
You can talk over it, I
You
believe.
think you had it? Like, honestly, it'd feel great to score out here.
I could not tell you how excited I was at this moment.
All right, which one are you, JJ?
I'm the big one.
Oh, okay.
I'm the one that looks nothing like everybody else.
A sitter.
Oh, my God!
Oh, no.
Great save.
That's my first time seeing that. I did not get to see that because I was playing as well, and then all the videos were getting uploaded late. That's a real opportunity.
Yes.
Is that foot to post?
No. Yeah. He's unbelievable save.
Yeah.
He stuck his foot out the last second. I mean, my eyes.
Did you touch it? Did you lead yourself, or was that just
No, I hit. It was one.
Right there, you touched that?
Oh, did I? I don't know. I blacked out.
Cherry pick.
I got so excited.
Let's cherry pick and
Yes.
4 goals.
No, that's actually part of the plan.
I know. That's what I mean. There's no offsides.
Yeah, there's no
Hanging in the
offsides.
box, though.
You can't hang out in the box, which is some sort of like 3-second rule.
Can't hang out in the box.
You can't be in there for longer than I don't know what the second
No
is.
way.
But the Reggae Rovers were cheating and doing it longer.
I don't think that's a rule.
It is,
It is?
because Coach Gump was livid.
Coach Gump and Coach
Yeah.
Miola got into a full fight with the refs.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a rule. I was hanging out in the box.
Right? Well,
team-
that's because you're JJ.
My team
Look,
told me
here's
to cherry
Gumpy and
pick.
Coach Miola saying, hey, what are you talking about, boy? I mean, you say it's a delay, and then that guy's not in there. And
Oh,
then
you guys were actually getting into it.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
Trying to win.
anytime there is a ref,
Gumpy's.
they're going to hear from me.
Yeah.
Like normally, good
Gump
or
is
bad. Actually, talked to the refs that called our game earlier as they walked out here, and I said, I think you boys did okay.
Yeah.
I think you boys handled yourself well out there.
Nobody's going to live off a missed goal more than me.
You
I
should
will
keep
play
it.
that goal for years to come.
Good run.
Just to prove that I almost could play soccer.
It was a great play.
Thank you. I also wiped out the keeper at one point. I don't know if we have footage of that, but we went up for a header, each of us, and the guy stood his own. I respect it.
Let's get a little bit more information on this NBA scandal that is rocking the entire sports world.
Hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, senior insider for the NBA at The Athletic, the stadium, FanDuel TV,
Bud.
and he's a wildly handsome individual. Shams Charania.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, can you
hear me?
Did you hear the pop? People just made noise for you, Shams. You got a little pop.
I'll take it. Give me the love. Are you guys at a soccer? This is the TBT for soccer? Is that where you guys are at?
That is the exact
$1 million prize.
That is the exact thing. What it is, yeah. TBT started the basketball tournament where they put up $1 million for like teams that were put together, and then the soccer dudes from New York saw it and they presented a pitch basically saying soccer would be able to do this great. Teamed up with the TBT, so now they have this every year. This one is it's a festival, dude. It is huge, Shams. It really is.
I'm seeing JJ up there. I think I might have to go with JJ.
Well, you
Shut
didn't
up.
see the results from this morning.
Shams, shut up, Shams.
I was about to say I was about to agree with Pat that you're a pretty good-looking human being. I'll give you that.
Super handsome.
Damn good-looking fella.
Yeah, he's super handsome. He always has like the perfect camera angle too. It is.
Yeah, the lighting is phenomenal wherever you are.
Yeah, Shams got a.
We've come a long way. You remember I was in the cave 4 years ago.
Yeah, but the angle was always good.
My mom's
spaceship.
And the beer, you came out.
I was in the spaceship.
All right, Shams, let's talk about
kitchen.
Okay, shout out to your mom's kitchen and lunch. As we know, you have a deep history with all that. Let's talk about the NBA. You guys are trying to ruin sports. Holy shit! Another goal for a team.
That was from deep. Oh, no.
Sorry, Shams. Magic just happened. Electricity just happened. A goal was scored, and in this TST, a lot more goals get scored than in actual soccer, which is good. Shams, the NBA is trying to ruin the sports world right now. We got players just gambling on themselves, getting into debt, almost losing arms. What the hell is going on with Jontay Porter and the entire situation there? And what is Adam Silver saying to the rest of the league? I assume there's some sort of mandatory meetings happening right now for everybody.
There's always mandatory meetings when it comes to this issue, when it comes to sports betting. When you're a player, I mean, you're just not allowed to bet on NBA games, WNBA games, G League games if you're an NBA player or a G League player or a WNBA player. And to me, the messaging that Adam Silver got across when Jontay Porter got suspended for life, he got banned for life. We talked about this a while ago, and that was the message. The only message that really truly needs to be delivered, where if you get caught, if you're part of these transgressions, that is the law. That is what's going to happen. And I think that was the strongest penalty we've seen across pro sports in the NFL. I know, guys get suspended. Specifically, 12 games, 14 games, and a lot of them get their suspensions reduced, 6 games, 4 games. So it's a little bit less strict for sure in the NFL, where you saw Adam Silver come out and right within a few weeks of that investigation, giving out a lifetime ban to Jontay Porter. So that's the only message I saw. What came out, I believe, in the DOJ and in the the federal investigations about a potential person that was essentially an intermediary for Jontay Porter in the scandal, getting arrested. I think it was with $80,000 in checks, trying to flee.
He was trying to get the hell out of the country. He was about to get arrested.
It's straight out of a movie. Maybe there will be a movie about this one day. I mean, there probably should be, but we haven't seen a suspension the way that we saw it with Jontay Porter. And to me, they can have as many meetings as they want. The NBPA can have as many meetings as they want with the players. And obviously, this issue being a heightened one across because of sports gaming, but the lifetime ban was all the message that.
Yeah, it can't ruin sports, Shams. Let's tighten up.
Yeah.
Okay, we can't have it. We can't have guys missing three-point shots on purpose so that somebody else can win a bunch of money, because then people are going to think immediately, oh, they're not just missing three-point shots. It's everything. Everything that's going on is all of a sudden a work. You know, people are going to start thinking it's a full-on work. That can't happen. You know, like they already had to battle that Tim Donaghy shit. That was big. You know, everybody just immediately was like, that's what it is. Yeah. And then all the other refs that are good refs are like, no, it's not. And the NBA has fought that. I feel like.
Oh, yeah.
They just signed a $78 billion. Another goal has been scored for the same team that has scored all the goals before. They just signed a $78 billion licensing deal with ESPN, Amazon, and NBC. Goodbye, Turner. We got one more year inside the NBA. Charles Barkley and the boys got to figure that whole thing out. But it's like, this is a credibility issue potentially at some point for all sports, and obviously in this case, NBA.
Well, integrity has been the biggest thing. That was in the statement that Adam Silver made clear when they suspended Jontay Porter for life. But, I mean, think about it in the NFL. What, Calvin Ridley was suspended a season, I think? So there's a stark difference when you think about how the NBA and what they handed out in that situation compared to what we've seen in the NFL. But yeah, I mean, there's a no tolerance policy. Adam Silver has made that clear. There's a clear separation. When you're an NBA player, WNBA player, G League player, you're not betting on those games. It's literally not allowed.
Yeah, all athletes know that.
If you get caught, you're done.
All athletes know that. It's legitimate. Like, you're kind of taught that at the very beginning. So this dude probably has a massive gambling addiction.
For sure.
That is certainly part of the problem, which, you know, hope he gets help. But also, like, buddy, come on. You would have been great whenever you retired. You would have learned even more. How about the baseball player? Guy goes 0 for 25 on bets on teams that he was a part of.
Yeah.
I mean, that was yesterday. That was yesterday's news. And then now it's like federal prosecutors say this guy was, certainly trying to miss threes. Yeah. So everybody
$80,000 in checks? Fleeing to Australia? That's straight out of a movie, Pat. We need a movie. You might have to make
No. I am not a movie maker. I'm sure somebody will do a great job. Probably this guy. JJ Watt has a question for you, Shams, who you were trying to suck up to earlier today.
Kiss ass.
Shams. Obviously,
JJ. What's up, JJ?
That's so cute, Shams. We get it.
Yeah, good to see you.
Okay,
Shut up,
Shams.
Sean.
Let him ask the question, Shams.
We've been here at a soccer tournament, so obviously we're not completely in the know. I do follow up on my fellow JJs. Where do we stand? JJ Redick, Lakers. What's the deal?
Yeah, I had a story yesterday in The Athletic. I reported, and you know what's crazy? I actually said this, I think on May 24th. I said this a week and a half ago on this show, actually, that JJ Redick was a front runner for the Lakers head coaching job. Obviously, the biggest job when you think about pro sports, definitely with the Lakers. One of the top jobs in pro sports, one of the highest profile jobs in pro sports, especially in the NBA. But the Lakers have been going through their coaching search. It's really been focused over the last couple weeks on JJ Redick and James Borrego, from what I'm told. But I reported yesterday in The Athletic, the Lakers have been zeroing in on JJ Redick as a front runner for the job. And the belief around the NBA has been, at least in the last few days and last week, that any announcement, anything will come after the finals. He's obviously a color commentator for the NBA Finals. But he was the first coach to meet face-to-face with the Lakers. They've had other meetings as well. James Borrego has been the other person that has met with them in person multiple times. Pelicans associate head coach, someone that Anthony Davis, for his part, is fond of, has a rapport with. And they kind of overlapped in New Orleans over a decade ago. And I think James Borrego has been a part of this search and is still, I think, going to be a part of this search. But from what I'm told, what I've reported, what I said a week and a half ago, this time I just put it in print. But JJ Redick has emerged himself as the front runner for this job.
Imagine if he got the job kept the podcast going.
Oh.
Coach Player Podcast.
Whoa, okay.
Every week.
With LeBron?
Yeah, that would be wild.
Do you think it was an entire year-long interview? That's why they did that podcast?
The podcast was the interview. It's
But
like some Inception. Like,
Yeah, but they're saying LeBron has no say in anything. It's
No,
like,
he
okay,
doesn't.
yeah, he actually said, JJ, what are you running in this particular? What are you?
Pat, I will say the Lakers have been really infatuated with JJ Redick. They view him
Because of the podcast?
When you're hiring, that might have played a part.
No shit.
So LeBron's involved.
To say you're not evaluating his IQ and how he speaks, and listen, JJ does a great. Just following his career from a media perspective, obviously he's a lot of respect for what he's built and what he's done. But when you see someone speak the way he does, has the relationship with the players, you're going to take notes. And this is not the only job JJ Redick has interviewed for, has been in play for. He interviewed for the Charlotte Hornets job before they went and hired Charles Lee. And he was a prominent part of that coaching search as well. And he's been making it clear over the last year that he wants to coach, and he wants to coach bad. He's said it publicly, privately as well. And for JJ Redick, you think about this Lakers job, it's high profile. You have LeBron James, you have Anthony Davis, and you have a supporting cast that's in flux. We don't know who's going to be back, what the group is exactly going to look like. So exactly when he takes over, how involved he's going to be, if he does get the job, that's going to be very interesting to see too. Because Game 7 of the NBA Finals, I think it's June 23rd. So there's a way away.
We got time here. Yeah, that thing doesn't start for a while either. It's been a couple long ass days.
So hiring a coach the week of the NBA draft or the week of free agency is going to be a lot in the Lakers offices coming up over the next few weeks.
Hey, that was good journalism, JJ Watt.
Great, thanks,
That was a good question. Look what we got. We got a full thing.
Big J.
JJ Redick went to Duke. I haven't seen a single person wearing any Duke stuff around here. They hate him. So people wonder oh, Duke people are hated nationally. It's like, nope, they're hated locally too.
Yeah.
I think they are hated locally.
I've seen a lot of Colts stuff, which does look a little Duke-like.
Yeah,
when you look at it.
Yeah, I do appreciate the Colts fans that are here, but I've seen they said this is NC State country, brother.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they said.
Wolfpack.
Allegedly, Lou Holtz lived in Cary when he coached here.
Really?
They're doing Wolfpack.
Dave
fans.
Doran, head coach of the Wolfpack, my D coordinator in college.
Tony Gibson, defensive coordinator for the Wolfpack, guy who recruited me to West Virginia.
It's like a meeting of the powers.
Look at that. They've been there a long time, too. They got their culture set in. It's like, why not? Why not NC State? Conman's got a question for you, Shams, as we get distracted in beautiful Cary. You ever been to Cary, North Carolina, Shams?
I've never been there. I've been to Charlotte. I've been to Charlotte. I can't say
You know
I've been-
Bojangles?
I can't say I've been.
Chapel Hill?
You don't know Bojangles.
I've never been to Chapel Hill. That's on my bucket list.
Hey, this
never been to Durham either.
Cary, North Carolina has the greatest grass that I've ever seen in my entire life. Feels like you're running on a foam pad out there.
Nice.
It is beautiful. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Shams, I have to ask you. Team USA beat some other shitty country at basketball by 55 points.
98.
98 points? Oh, yeah, they only scored 58 points. They won by 90-plus points.
98 points, I think. I think it was 156 to 54. Or no, the other way. 154 to 56. Yeah, Belize, USA, we beat Belize by 98, I think.
Yeah. That's
Was it 3-on-3?
No, it's real basketball, Shams. Shut up, Shams.
It's gold medal basketball. Clearly, you don't know shit about it.
U18.
Yeah, the U18 team. Is this kid just the next Edie at Purdue? And is the future bright? Because it does seem as though the NBA draft is possibly the worst group or crop of hyped-up athletes that we've had in the NBA in quite some time.
Case.
Wow.
Team USA is always, the way that they're developing the players, U16, U17, U18. I'm not surprised to see this. And BC, this summer, the team that we're going to see at the Olympics, representing the 2024 Paris Olympics, we've been talking about it for months now. It's a star-studded group. LeBron James, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards.
Tyrese.
It's Tyrese Halliburton. Shout out Indiana.
Shout out.
Anthony Davis, Bam Adebayo.
Luka Garza.
This group.
How does that team lose?
They
I
don't.
don't understand.
Our U18's won by
Kevin Durant
96.
has said it publicly. They're trying to win like this. What we just saw there, win by 90 points. That's what they're trying to do at the Olympics this summer. So I'm not surprised by this. I wonder if it's some foreshadowing for what this Team USA, the Olympic team, is going to try to accomplish.
What an ass beating.
Awesome.
Could you imagine going back to Belize and just dribbling a basketball?
Are you
Can't
even
do
allowed?
it.
Are you allowed back?
Can't do it. I don't know.
I might quit if I'm Belize at that point. Like you have to have like a mercy rule at that point, right?
They scored 54, so they did understand the game.
Yeah.
You know, like they knew ball in who.
Right.
You know?
How to get points.
Because normally in like those high school games or like lower level college games, when a team wins by 100, it's like that team doesn't actually know the sport.
Correct.
They're just kind of rolling it out there to do their thing, getting their ass beat. Once again, not the winning team's fault.
No.
At all. Never is.
Have to kill them.
But they scored 54. I didn't expect that. That's like a little bit of a bucket getter somewhere over there.
Yeah, a little bit of a high-octane offense. And then obviously when we got this string bean that's going to Purdue, just, eating glass. I mean,
He's the next Edie, I heard. He's going to be gnawing on the Iowa Hawkeyes.
I doubt it. I mean, he's going to have to probably gain about 85 to 100 pounds before he really wants to, get ready for that physical Big Ten basketball. But, hey, we got another guy. The USA's got another guy. So I'm excited for it. But let's pump the brakes on, hey, this.
He's about to run the Big Ten, they're saying.
Yeah, okay.
AJ has a question for you, Sean.
Hey, Shams, who is actually our competition this year in the Olympics? Do we have any team that can compete? And how are we going to massage the egos of everybody when it comes to playing time and starting and all that? I know that's always a thing when it comes to these so-called dream teams.
Yeah, two teams right off the top of my head are France. I think Spain you can never count out. Spain is just always rock solid, always has guys, has veterans. But France is one that I'm very interested in seeing. You have Nick Batum, you have Rudy Gobert, you have Victor Wembanyama being on that Olympic team. That team to me has some potential to be scary. Canada as well. Don't sleep on Canada.
Okay.
Canada. Don't sleep on them.
Easy,
Shea
Sean.
Gilgeous-Alexander, Jamal Murray potentially, Andrew Wiggins potentially. They've got some bodies there in Canada. We saw what Shea Gilgeous-Alexander did this season. Jamal Murray, to me, he's never been an All-Star, never been an All-NBA player, but there's not a better player when the lights are on bright. He's one of the best ones when it comes to playoff time, when it comes to meaningful moments. So I'm very curious about that Canadian national team along with France. I think those two are the ones that I got my eye on. Spain is always solid. And as far as egos, AJ, you're definitely right, because Anthony Edwards, I've said this already, but like Anthony Edwards is not going to the USA basketball team just to sit on the bench or to be the sixth man. He's going to USA training camp to win a starting spot and be a starter on that national team.
I can't wait to see if Anthony Edwards is able to be our starter. We would like him to represent the United States of America out there. We better win by 90 now that I know it's possible in modern day, even if a team scores 54. Shams, while you were talking, you have no idea. There's a little bit of a to-do out here.
Scuffle.
I keep getting excited that they're chanting for me and cheering for me, but
it was a fight.
These goals.
It was a fight.
Goals that are being scored, fights. I don't know what's going on.
Shams, one guy went down. He was in a heap of pain. I mean, you never know what's real at these things.
I hope it feels better.
It's really hard.
Cheer for injuries. We don't cheer for injuries now.
We never would, but there was a full-on benches almost cleared just a few moments ago.
We almost had some real good TV.
Yeah, I just want to know, how come we got a yellow card when we had 7 on the field? These guys had 10 guys on the field ready to fight each other. Why are we getting attacked here?
Kind of just letting them do whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, it has to be matched. It seems like the other team didn't want to fight like you guys did.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so it was a little bit of a... Anyway, what's next for you, Shams? What news should we know about?
Well, I'm going to be in Boston for the NBA Finals. That's next.
Tomorrow? Is that tomorrow night?
Yeah, tomorrow, game 1.
Game 1 is tomorrow night. Game 2 is Sunday. Then the series goes to Dallas. I'm excited for the finals. I think Boston has been the primitive favorite.
Yeah.
They're the ones who have the championship robust expectations right now. They know. Al Horford said it after they swept Indiana. The players know it, whether they want to say publicly or whether they want to know it privately. This is a championship robust season for the Celtics. They've been primed. They've been prepped. They've been getting ready. It really feels like it's their time. The only problem is you have Dallas that's in their way. You have Luka Doncic, who's arguably the best player in the league. You have Kyrie Irving, who is finally playing at that place that we saw him in Cleveland, where he's comfortable, he's happy, he's healthy, he's in it. Like, this team, the camaraderie, the chemistry that this Mavericks team has, I think you can make a case that they're the closest team going in the league right now, and it's no secret that the relationship between Kyrie Irving and Luka Doncic has played a big part in that. They've become like brothers. And shout out Kyrie Irving. I reported it yesterday. His first signature athlete for his anti-shoe deal is his dad, Dredrick Irving. So, pretty cool story. First player in pro sports.
What's the name of it? Anta? He started a company?
Anta is a Chinese sportswear company.
Whoa.
They mostly shoes. Klay Thompson is the player that they endorse as well.
Are all the shoes red?
No. He's got a bunch of different colors.
Purple, yellow, blue.
Okay.
Anyway.
They're going to be great shoes, I assume?
His dad's going to hoop in them?
The Dredrick Irving's ones will hit Foot Locker stores in September. So shout out to his dad for getting a signature.
Yeah, I'm buying those.
Yeah,
I don't know where they're made, but a lot of other stuff is too, and I'm going to put them on.
Yeah, still using my iPhone.
And I'm probably going to have there's a lot of things. I mean, there's a scarf falling off the front of the desk.
Yeah, that gaffer's tape, we kind of knew it wasn't going to hold.
Yeah, I would guess both of them. If we're having a conversation we just had.
Yo, BC, who do you have? Who do you have in the finals? Boston?
Okay.
BC. Come on, BC. Who you got?
All right, Shams.
7 games?
We asked you the question, Shams.
Also, it should be interesting, Shams, because a little bit of drama surrounding you guys. I believe it was your co-host, Chandler Parsons, basically said, like, hey, Kristaps Porzingis and Luka Doncic do not like each other. Luka Doncic came out and said, like, that's bullshit. I've talked to him twice in my life. So is it kind of awkward on set right now? Is that kind of changing how you guys are going to cover the finals?
Yeah, and did you retweet that when Chandler Parsons was like, yeah, this is the matter of fact, and did you jump in?
Absolutely, no issues on either side. Luka Doncic can obviously say whatever he wants to say, can respond exactly how he wants to respond. Chandler Parsons obviously is entitled to his own thoughts and his own reporting.
His truth.
Yeah, sure.
His truth.
Really deep ties to Dallas, I will say. But on the run it back sets, there is not any tension there. We know it's a fun and loose environment.
Sure. Oh, yeah.
And
sounds like there's tension.
And I think the one thing is Luka Doncic and Kristaps Porzingis have been very vocal publicly. At least Kristaps Porzingis has, that it just did not work out from a fit perspective, and from a basketball perspective, clearly it didn't work. I think Kristaps Porzingis even said it yesterday. It just didn't work when he was there, and that's not to say that Luka Doncic had anything personally. Like he genuinely still doesn't like the guy, because I'm sure now they haven't been teammates in years.
Hey, dap each other up.
I'm sure they're cool now.
Yeah, obviously. We appreciate you, Shams, doing all the journalism that we can't do. Next time, you're going to have to get down here to Cary, North Carolina, and enjoy this with us.
I'm down, and honestly, we should just play. Why don't we just get in? Why don't we do our own tournament?
We are
basketball
soccer
at the Thunderdome. We should do a tournament, a 3-on-3 tournament at the Thunderdome.
Oh, you're right.
Maybe
wonder what the salaries.
Are you good?
Maybe.
Shams play basketball?
Shams can shoot a little
Are you
bit.
good, Shams?
Come on
He's
now.
got a jumper.
We're in the studio putting up some J's. I had a couple air balls.
Everybody has their ball. I mean, if you live in a paint, you're going to get dunked on every once in a while.
Move the Sticks still has the worst shot of all time, so don't worry about it.
All right, we appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, Shams Charania. That was good journalism by us. I feel like we really got things accomplished. What did we learn? Yeah, Adam Silver wasn't happy with that Jontay guy.
No, hate.
Nope. He was so mad.
$80,000 in checks.
And
Different than Ridley, though. It really is. Ridley wasn't betting on. He wasn't throwing games.
And he was IR.
Yeah. And he wasn't betting against his own team or throwing games that would affect the rest of his team.
I did see him kind of take a shot at the NFL, and his answer, he's like, in the NBA, we don't mess around.
It's not apples to apples.
He did take that shot. You're right.
Yeah,
but I agree. Like, if you're betting on your team to win, I mean, you're not going to.
Obviously,
how do you screw that up?
You can't do any of it, but it's very different if someone is throwing a game versus betting on some other team or your team to win.
JJ, I don't know if we got a chance to chat with you about this. So, was it Isaiah for the Colts?
Yeah, Isaiah Rodgers.
Yeah. Isaiah Rodgers was betting on the Colts while playing for the Colts.
Right.
Not IR, on the team, betting on the Colts. He gets a year suspension, kicked off the Colts. Like, explosive for us, good player. Very bummed out about it.
Yeah.
And as soon as it got brought up, I'm like, we need to know if he's betting on the Colts or against the Colts.
Yeah.
Like, I think there's a chance that, like, some of these people are like, this son of a bitch bet on his own team. And it's like, for it or against it? That's another piece of information that I think should and deserves to kind of get brought up.
Yeah, you can't bet, period. I get it. No, nothing. You should be punished for all of it. But if you're betting on your own team, what are you going to do? Run harder? Like tackle more? Yeah, no shit. That's what you're trying to do the whole time.
Yeah, if you're betting against team, we should know that.
Yes.
Now, speaking of teams, do you want to get in here?
I do. I'm hot. Really warm.
Yeah.
That was also kind of the Pete Rose gripe. Was like, hey, you won't let me get in, but I wasn't. I was betting on the Reds to win because they were so good.
Yeah,
this could get bad.
Here we go, boys.
I mean, I'm not trying to put the shorts. I got to wear something home.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess you're just gonna have.
I mean, you got people on both sides. This is a disaster. Nobody needs to see what's going on here.
Yeah, you want my shorts?
He's got Patriot shorts.
Yeah, you want mine?
Don't tip over.
Easy.
Okay, I can't fit in
Kneel
this.
down.
Yeah, you gotta go like there. You
I
go,
can't.
right here.
This is it.
Keep going.
I cannot go lower, Connor. This is.
Break the barrel.
This is it. It feels fantastic. I mean, I'm sitting like a punk here.
You got a little toe wrap.
There you go. See, you can go lower.
I can't get in.
See?
All right.
How's this look?
It's recovery. Okay, so now that we're doing Kevin Hart shit here, okay, I would like to do a quick interview with you. How do you feel as the face of the city of Houston, and Houston Texans more specifically, that C.J. Stroud is just out here on a chitty chatter tour, sawing down there other quarterbacks, other teams, talking his shit, dumping on the Colts. You got us week one, by the way. I love C.J. Stroud. I think we all love C.J. Stroud, but there's a lot of people saying C.J. Stroud's doing a lot of talking right now. How do you feel about this, and what are your thoughts on the entire thing?
I don't mind it as long as you back it up. That's how it always goes. Sports are backing it up. I mean, talking on the Colts, he beat the Colts. So we won the division. We beat the Colts for the division.
You guys are doing a lot of chirping. You win one playoff game in 100 years.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, I think that's competitors, especially once you start to, I mean, I've been in that situation before, you know, during my career. You put yourself out there a lot. You're welcoming feedback onto yourself.
Yeah.
Then you have to go out there and perform, and sometimes it makes you perform even better.
Yeah.
Right over there? What's going on?
Your toesies aren't really gold.
No.
I mean, you remember the Wisconsin Lake. This is nothing.
This is great.
You're like a super cold tough guy.
I
Get me
love
in there
this,
every single day.
No, that's my favorite.
Boy, I'm in trouble right now. Bottom half of my legs right now are feeling like that tingly thing, like whenever your leg falls asleep.
Oh, yeah. Sure.
I feel like I'm getting stabbed right now in the goddamn foot.
How were they after the game? Like immediately after the game, are you walking around cramping or?
The dogs were good. The feet were good. The legs felt good. I sat down up in the team corral, the players' village.
Yep.
Tough to get back up.
How many minutes did you play?
I'd say 5.
Same here. So I was talking to my wife. She's flying in today. They start up tomorrow. But I was talking to her, and I was like, man, I'm so tired. I'm so sore. And I told myself, well, yeah, you just played a soccer game. And then I told myself, well, no, I played 5 minutes, and I was gassed.
Yeah.
And that's on grass.
Yeah.
On grass.
Imagine on grass.
We warmed up hard. I'm going to say that. Going into the second game, I will not be warming up nearly as hard as I warmed up for the first game.
I'm going to be doing intermittent here, just because of what was happening there.
Better for the legs.
You were talking shit during the warm-up. You were saying, listen to what this guy says. He comes up to me and goes, our team's doing a Premier League warm-up, so,
oh, wow.
Maybe not the best for me. You know what our team was doing?
Jumping jacks? I don't know.
No, we were chilling because we knew we had another 30 minutes on the field to do a warm-up. There's a lot of warm-up time. There's a lot of warm-up time. I didn't want to lose my stuff. You think the Houston Texans suck this year? You think
No.
You think they're able to back it up after doing what they're doing? C.J. Stroud's doing a lot of talking. Obviously, he has a lot of confidence. D'Amico Ryan's another year as a head coach.
Yeah.
Here we go.
If you tip me over in this barrel, I will lose my shit.
We got Stephon
I'm in a
Diggs.
real vulnerable position right now.
We got Stephon Diggs. We got Mixon down there. We made a lot of moves. Like, are you projecting like this is the greatest year in the history of Houston Texans?
I mean, I think when you look at the roster construction, when you look at D'Amico and what he was able to do last year in his first year, and then you give him another full offseason with this group and the people they've added to it, I think that the expectations are very, very high for this group.
And you're going to
I also know how difficult the NFL is.
Why are you doing all the bullshit like you're going to play, maybe not play?
I mean, I answered one question about it at my charity softball game.
Yeah, but I think...
You said this would be the last year.
Yeah. It's the truth.
So you're definitely playing.
Play.
No, I didn't say that. I just said this is the last. I also don't know if that's like I'm
That's
training.
a lie, yeah.
I'm training. I right now I train weights 4 days a week and cardio three days a week.
Are you still doing the exact same football workout?
I'm not doing the exact same, but I've realized it's been very, very hard for me to let it go. So it is very similar. Yes, my workouts are extremely similar. I'm just trying to figure out how to let it go and how to transition into like. I've told you before, I want to walk into a room and know I can beat the shit out of anybody in that room. I don't want to let that go.
How do you feel right now?
With my legs in a barrel, not great. Not great.
You are so big. And the only issue with all the hype and expectation for the Houston Texans is there's one team that's still playing football.
Yeah, the Packers, a lot of people actually, they're saying, hey, Packers, Texans, Super Bowl. But does that worry you? Because going into last year, it was like, hey, the Texans are going to stink this year. It's going to take them a few more years before they actually get ready. And now, like, the expectations going in, it kind of is Super Bowl or bust. I mean, not exactly.
Super Bowl or bust down in Houston. You heard it.
I personally think, knowing D'Amico and knowing him so well, he is the perfect person to handle a situation like that because of how even keel and calm he is. I do think they obviously have a bunch of young guys on that team. They do have a lot of young guys. So, but a guy like D'Amico really does help level that out and keep those guys in check, because expectations are a very real thing and they can seep into the locker room.
All right, you did Hard Knocks.
Yep.
Okay, you were a young lad in that one.
Yeah.
We don't have to do the whole song and dance right now. We won't.
We could.
Okay.
This is like 15 degrees cold.
Yeah.
40%.
10 toes down.
Yeah.
40% ice.
22% will. Power of fame game.
Yeah.
You hated your Hard Knocks experience because the Chicago Bears have it this year.
Yes.
The Chicago Bears have the Hard Knocks. A lot of rookies, obviously Caleb Williams, a lot of hype. Is that something you think is feasible to win with? Because I believe the Hard Knocks curse is very real.
Very real.
The mid-season Hard Knocks curse is still real.
Yep.
And I would assume the offseason one, because it's the New York Giants, is going to be viewed as one that's potentially a curse as well. You were a part of it. You became a superstar in that thing.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, he was sleeping in the equipment room, didn't want to leave.
So cool.
You became an absolute superstar through that whole thing, but a lot of people just suck afterwards. Do you think that is true or no?
I'll tell you the 100% honest truth about Hard Knocks, in my opinion. I've done it twice. I did the training camp one. I did the in-season one.
Oh, that's right.
The people who run Hard Knocks, the camera people, everybody, they do a fantastic job, and they try as hard as humanly possible to stay out of the way.
Great people.
There is no denying whatsoever that there is a level of distraction that comes with it. Everybody, no matter who you are, when there's a camera and a boom or a camera in the corner of every meeting room all the time, you are going to act a little different no matter what. No matter how hard you try to act normal, and especially when you have a full team in training camp of guys trying to make the team, guys trying to make a name for themselves, people start to act a little different. And you make a bad play and you wonder, oh shit, is that going to be on Hard Knocks? And now on the next rep, you might not try that move, or you might not try to improve yourself because you just want to look good on Hard Knocks, and you don't want to have a bad rep on Hard Knocks.
Yeah, you don't want to get exposed ever, so you're not willing to practice.
So you're not willing to
anything.
try and push yourself to the limits, and I do think that's a small factor in it, is everybody wants to look good, and you're scared of looking bad.
Yeah, and I think at training camp, you're trying to find, like, kinship, too, camaraderie.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out who's going to be your friend, who's not going to be your friend, how we're going to get along, what's the culture of this team going to be. And if everybody's just being a fake-ass version of himself, it's hard to find.
And then all of a sudden you watch that first episode come out, because it comes out weekly by weekly, which is incredible, by the way, by those people. But you watch that first episode, somebody's a star, and all of a sudden now that guy's got a few more people talking to him at the dinner table the next day. You know, like all of a sudden they're gravitating towards trying to get some camera time. I mean, I think it's a really cool tool because we learn about
people are trying to steal some cameras.
Yeah. I mean, like you got the undrafted guy that's a superstar that's been sitting by himself before the first episode comes out. All of a sudden now he's the fan favorite, and there's a couple more people having lunch with, you know, whoever he may be.
Yeah, we don't want that guy on our team. Go ahead, AJ.
Jay, did you ever find any coaches or front office or anyone else, like non-players, were they acting differently? I would imagine as a coach, you could look at it as, hey, there's a lot of pressure on me. That my message, like if I'm addressing the team, all of this is going to be analyzed by people.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. I mean, obviously the coach being mic'd up all the time, his team messages, you know, your team meetings and things like that being, I'll say this for myself. I have one speech out there that I sound like a idiot. Like, I hate it. Every time,
20% lock.
like I hate it. And I'm like,
seal.
that part of me was like, you know, this speech is going to be on the internet, and I hate that. Like, I wish I would have just been my normal self. And
Which
not
one
thought
was
about
it?
at all.
Which one was it?
What'd you say?
It was the one where I was like, we're a bunch of good ass dudes, but on the field we have to be like badasses. Like, it was just stupid.
Oh, no,
it was
yeah.
just stupid. And
Yeah, when was it? Right before the game?
no, it was like after a practice, and we had a shitty practice, so I was trying to be motivational. And it was every time I'm sent it, I'm like,
I'm so
you're an idiot.
uncomfortable.
Like, yeah, like you just cringe at yourself.
I am so uncomfortable.
The Cardinals
right
one was sweet on the sideline. Maybe we're just better. You know,
The Cardinals one, I had a much better experience because A, I learned from my first experience. B, it was during the season, and I'm forever grateful for the Cardinals one because that was the last stretch of my career and I now have my son on film. I now have my last game on film. I have my last meetings on film.
They have the video of you watching the video that everyone made a tribute to. Like, that one actually was sweet.
It was incredible. And that's why I say the people of Hard Knocks are so good, is because they're the same people that did my last one. And they made sure they gave me every single piece of footage that I now can show my son someday, and that's really cool.
Hey, quick question. What was the reaction of the boys when you gave the good dudes bad guys?
Not great. I mean, like, especially looking back now, I'm like, wow, that no wonder they weren't riled up after that one, you shithead.
Did anybody afterwards in the locker room go?
Probably. Not to me, but probably behind, like.
No, not to you?
No.
See, that's
they probably.
That needs to immediately happen afterwards. The echo. There's a bunch of little huddles here. This is hashtag United making their way onto the pitch. Good luck out there, boys.
Good
luck out there, boys.
Good kids, boys.
That's a good kid for hashtag United. Hashtag swagged out.
Tiger stripes.
Where's hashtag United from? I was wondering that earlier.
The internet.
Oh, okay.
Because
AI? Just a bunch of AI guys out there?
The pound, but it doesn't feel like how many good soccer players are out here. What's the deal? Why is everybody so good? How are you able to do what you just did too? I
think I broke my toe.
Oh no! Is that on that?
Oh
big
no, we're
time
good.
shot?
We're good. I realized just giving people a shot there.
Hey, OTAs.
I gotta stay down. I got no choice.
OTAs are currently happening right now. Were you big OTA, give it all you got guy, or?
Yeah.
Actual reps.
Yeah, I'm a big believer in you have to play football to be better at football. So I really like not the early portion. I don't love the workout portion because I like doing my own workouts, but the football portion, I do believe it's very important.
What was your percentage you missed? Because you see Lamar Jackson just missed out on $750,000 because he's not going to be able to make it to 80% attendance for off-season workouts.
Wow.
Now, obviously, that's a big number, $750,000.
That's a lot of money.
He got $160 million guaranteed. So everything's in perspective and in comparison of it all. But did you ever have any of those in yours? I assume you did.
No. I generally, unless I was injured, I was there. Because my brother and I talk about this all the time. I mean, you're obviously those are your guys. Like, if the guys are going to be out there practicing, especially the football portion, playing football. I like to be out there, and I like to try and work on my craft and better my craft. So I enjoyed it. Houston was very, very hot during OTA time.
It's
very humid.
Here, isn't it? Mm-hmm. Not as bad as I thought.
Not that bad.
No,
it's not as bad. The cloud cover's nice.
It is. Well, they say it might be a big-time rainstorm, though, you see.
What do you think on the OTA possibly moving? I'm curious to hear more players' thoughts on it because the public sentiment that I've seen so far differs from my personal thoughts.
Okay, so Darius hates it. AJ, I think, hates it as well.
Yeah.
I think there's been multiple people that have said they hate it. Aaron Rodgers, though, after he went back-to-back during the COVID years, he actually calls himself the COVID King or COVID MVP.
Right. Yep.
Obviously, that is how he would describe that situation. And there's a lot of other stuff that could go into it. They started that ramp-up period during COVID into the season, and he said it was the best his arm had felt because of there wasn't the whole thing. So I think there's maybe some positions that are like cool with it, but it sounds like a lot of other positions that are out there don't love it, everything about it.
Yeah, my thoughts are I don't like the breakup how it is right now because I believe guys go back home after the season, they start working out with their own trainer, and then they're called back into these workouts that are completely different than whatever they've been doing. Then you play a little bit of football and you take another break. Now, do you keep doing the workouts you've been doing? Do you go back to your trainer back home? Some guys go on vacation, and then you go right into training camp, which right now, if you look at it, I was talking to Mahomes at his charity golf outing. I think he reports on like July 16th or something.
For what?
For training camp.
Do they
in his first game.
July 16th?
That's what I'm saying. I think that was it. If somebody correct me if I'm wrong, and then their first game is like September 8th or 10th.
Yep.
I mean, that is a long time to be playing football.
Hall of Fame game or what? Are they not?
No, that's what's wild to me. I was like, "Are you guys in?" And he's like, "No, I have to go back then." It's crazy to me how long of a warm up, like a ramp up that is. That already is the ramp up. Now you want to add OTAs.
It's got to go even earlier than that.
You would imagine. I know the Hall of Fame game is on August like 1st, I think. Yeah,
1st or 2nd.
So those guys got to be 4 weeks before that?
Yeah,
5 weeks before that?
Absolutely.
That is the worst.
Yep.
Yes.
That thing. If we're going to eliminate anything, let's eliminate the Hall of Fame game. Let's put on like a spectacle. Let's do fireworks. Let's do entrances for the Hall of Famers.
Well, just preseason in general, right? Like that.
Oh, no, Roger Goodell's going to call for it. How do you feel about preseason maybe getting run out of town? Now, there are people that are going to bat for the undrafted guys, the seventh-round guys who use preseason games as an opportunity to live their dream, JJ.
Yep.
Just like you were able to do. For how many years?
12.
Damn.
Wow. What a guy. You got booed on draft night.
Sure did. But I agree. That's the biggest argument, hands down, for preseason games is the undrafted guys, the young guys trying to get a shot. But you take it down to 2, you let those guys play. I mean, truthfully, some teams don't even have their starters play at all anymore. Now, do I think you do a fair trade 1-for-1, one preseason game for an 18th game? No.
Roger said that on our show.
I mean, he was like, that's nowhere near.
You get rid of one game that is good for $1 billion or $2 billion for us, and then we'll get rid of the $100,000 game. No problem at all.
I mean, there's many thoughts that I have on what you should negotiate with and how you should do it, but we all know that.
Oh, you hate the NFLPA. I got a lot of questions as well with the way they handle business, but that's a conversation for another day.
See, I don't hate the NFLPA at all. I think they're in a very difficult position because of how large the player pool is, because how the average career is 3.5 years. So I was a young guy once too. I didn't care about that new CBA. I was like, just sign it so I can play. We were locked out. I said, just sign it so I can play. Now looking back, I wish I had the knowledge and the experience that I had to be like, no, you need to be a collective group to make changes happen. But it's
like
super
everybody's
hard.
opinion matters.
Is there any way for them to win either?
No, the only power the players have is to sit out.
Yeah.
Strike.
That's the only power that you have. But you're never going to.
We don't want to put that in the universe.
But you're never going to get that out there because of the average career being 3.5 years.
Matters so much.
Yeah. So, and I get it. I completely understand it. And like when I was near the end of my career and we're on some of those calls and I'm talking to the young guys, they say, you've already done it. You've made your money. You've had your fun. Let us have ours. And I completely understand that sentiment because why should they trust me in that? But the group of us older guys is like, if you could only see into the future and look back now, like if you just took a second now and made that change. But it's tough.
Those guys don't know.
Why don't you handle the business, JJ, like you're running Burnley? How are we? So what is going on? What is going on with Burnley? What do we got going on?
We
got a coach?
We're currently in the managerial search right now. We're going through the process. We're doing interviews.
Gump should be old.
I have the short list, and I've not seen Gump's name on it. It could be an oversight.
Who put the list together? You said you've seen it. Of course, you're the owner.
Dude,
I know.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Send over all the names. It's like, hey, these
Was it Tyler?
I have. Well, interviews are upcoming. There's a process going through right now. I'll be in the later stages. Yes, I will be in the later stages.
Oh, smart.
Are they going to have to throw like a basketball through a flaming ring to prove that they can?
A couple of the guys are here.
Get the job done.
A couple of guys are here. Yeah.
Perfect here.
Yeah. A couple of guys are here.
Where?
Yes.
Yeah,
Where?
I think Garrett's here.
Tyler?
I don't know. I'll see. I think he's here tonight. Yeah.
Do you have enough people on your team? You just talked about like how, everybody has an opinion and everything like that.
Yeah.
I think we're going to have a conversation with Concave about everybody having an opinion.
See, that's what I told you was going to happen,
you
man.
said that immediately. JJ walks up to our team, sees how many guys there are and how good everybody is, and he goes, you guys are going to have issues. Everybody's going to want to be on the field. Literally said that. That was the first thing out of your mouth. I'm like, no, Concave's morale is high. We lose 4-1.
Turns out.
All of a sudden, there's potential conversations.
What were they saying?
I didn't overhear any of it, but I did hear a lot of people potentially saying other people's were to blame.
Yeah, I could tell. You got so many good guys out there, and there's you have 20 guys on that team, and there's only 20 minutes in the game or in each half. It's hard to split that up.
I mean, the thought was you can't have too many good players, and it seems as though now
there's only 7 on the field, right?
Yeah.
7? Oh, yeah.
20. And one's the keeper, so it's 6. Yeah.
Way too many.
Yeah, way too many. But they're good guys.
So what are you going to do tonight? Have you guys talked about your strategy for this evening?
You'll get into the later stages of the coach's interview for Burnley. I'll be in the later stages of the strategy conversation. Sure. They are at the hotel right now trying to figure it out. I've been told. I assume that Tony Mule will have this thing locked.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Speed better speak up, too.
Yeah, Speed seemed to be a little bit more like, hey, you guys, Speed needs the ball.
Yeah, get in the game, Speed.
That's something I'm trying to tell our guys. We got to shoot the ball. Just put the ball on the net.
Dump rubber.
Yeah.
Put the ball.
Always shoot it. Fire away, man. He can score.
We tried that today. Our goalie fired one up to me, and I tried to head it in.
That was the goal that Concave had.
Just put pressure.
The goalie just ripped one.
Goalie scored. Our goalie wasn't really a goalie, though. He's playing goalie in target time. His name's Steph. He's a dog. He is our guy. He's got this mullet and a cannon.
Stand on his head.
He played goalie. I mean, he's awesome. We're getting out of here for first hour. Hour 2 will be on the other side. We can't. Yeah, here he is. Give me that. Boom.
Absolute firecracker.
Yeah. We'll be back on the other side with Hour 2. Should be great live from Cary, North Carolina. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the commissioner of the NFL. Don't listen to them. No. Roger Goodell. Shut your mouth. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for joining us. You're our commissioner. Don't worry about these bums. From us to you, we'd like to give you a gift that we know you're a big fan of. Ladies and gentlemen, some peanut M&Ms for our commission.
This is just why we're on set?
Yep, you can take these with you. You can take them home.
I might just I got a gift for you.
What? Oh.
You ready?
Yeah, I like that.
With the 222nd pick in the 2009 NFL Draft.
Oh, yeah.
The Indianapolis Colts select Pat McAfee. Hunter, West Virginia.
Hell yeah!
Come on there, baby.
Good pick!
Thank you, Raj.
I'll pick him up.
Thank you, Raj. I'm not going to pick you up because you got that
That's
back.
all right.
Yeah.
I got it. There's your card, baby. That's real.
That's awesome.
I've been keeping that for, 15 years?
You had it in your back pocket this whole time. This is cool. Thank you for this. So whenever we say that you have to answer to 31 billionaires, how accurate is that?
32. Well, you're not counting Green Bay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
Doesn't count.
Big Pop. There's a Green Bay Packers.
I didn't know he did.
Yeah, no, that was.
I don't actually think that way. I actually think I answer to them. I think I answer to the media partners. I think I answer the players. I think I answer the owners too. The idea for me is to try to keep everyone happy. I always say that my biggest job is not to piss off more than 24 owners in a given day.
How did you know the draft would be awesome if you traveled it, and did you see this happen?
I'd be kidding you if I thought it was going to be as big as it is. We felt like we could be bigger than we were in Radio City. But what happened is Radio City actually put a holiday show in and said, you can't have the draft until June. And that's when we said, we're out of here.
So they kicked you out.
That's when we went on the road.
Well, Taylor Swift, we know.
Well, that's a different kind of influence.
How about, hey, listen, a lot of jokes from
They're booing Taylor Swift.
Yeah, you can't boo.
They're idiots.
Yeah, you're going to be a part of an album.
Wow.
Do it. Get a little louder. She is going to cook you. A lot of the internet was saying Roger Goodell was sitting at home through the moon about this.
Well, they thought it was part of the script.
Yes, then you went talk to her. There it is. Is there a thought of adding another one, maybe adding another bye week, or are we good at 17 right now?
Well, I think we're good at 17 now, but listen, we're looking at how we continue. I'm not a fan of the preseason. I don't think we need three.
Waste of time, right? And energy.
I don't buy it, and I don't think these guys like it either.
Well, they have to spend full price for the tickets for those games.
No, they're actually discounted now. So
Thank you for doing that.
I'd rather replace a preseason game with a regular season any day. That's just picking quality, right? If we got to 18-2, that's not an unreasonable thing. The other thing it does, which I thought you were going to, is that ends up on President's Day weekend, which is a 3-day weekend, which makes a Sunday night, and then you have Monday off. So that's
wow.
Now we're cooking.
See,
now we're cooking.
Can you talk to the president about having the Monday after Super Bowl off too?
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey! Let's go! This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it. The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, you pig! Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Sport! Hello, beautiful people. You are looking live at the soccer tournament taking place for $1 million live from Cary, North Carolina on Wednesday. This hour 2 starts now.
Concave!
That's the name of our team, Concave SC. We are 0-1 currently in the soccer tournament. We lost to the Reggae Rovers this morning 4-1. It was 1-0, and then it became 3-0 quick. Then we got into target scoring time, which is electrifying. We score a goal, it's 3-1.
Yeah.
We have an opportunity to be knocking on the door. It's 3-2. We don't. We miss that. They end up scoring 4-1. We lose. Another game tonight at 7. Legs feel okay. Life is good. We are lucky as hell to be in this city of Cary, North Carolina. The Toxic Table is here at Bossy Connor and at Ty Schmidt. Con man, not a bad city here in Cary, North Carolina.
No, not bad at all. And, Ty mentioned there are Bojangles everywhere. We unfortunately didn't get some yesterday, but we did visit a wonderful Sheetz that got the job done on our trip home. But, it is nice to be out here. And Gumpy said it. This is a beautiful pitch. Truly beautiful. You guys were playing under the lights last night. I'm excited to see that tonight. A nice little night game. Feels a little different when the lights come on.
I think we're in the actual stadium, I think, for
here we go.
I think so.
Now we're talking.
Game against Natty. That man up in the Hawks Nest is a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, A.J. Hawk. Hawker, how you doing? Is this your first soccer tournament? Well, wait a minute. A crowd has gathered.
There we go.
And they are saying a name, and they are mentioning a proud. It is A.J. Hawk. A.J., you do a lot of soccer tournaments?
No, I have not. My daughter used to play soccer. She does not anymore. She's in lacrosse. So this is my first time in a long time at one of these things. But can we grow this grass in the north? Could we grow this grass in Indiana?
What is required?
Yeah, what is this bent grass? What is it? Bermuda? What do we call it?
And I know we've made I love grass. People know it.
Sure.
Smoke it, run on it, live it. Grass is good.
Yeah.
Grass is a good thing. There is shit in crop grass, though.
Oh, yeah.
Outside the Thunderdome.
And then there is bingo. And then it was like I was swinging with a weighted bat. Then I got down to this grass, and it's like the best grass of all time.
Exactly.
If this grass is available anywhere, they need to be getting. Indoor stadiums in the NFL need to be somehow figuring out how do we. I mean, there was a guy. I'm not going to say his actual name because who knows what he's currently doing in college. I walked into his house. I had no idea. He had a false wall on the other side. He had a full greenery setup.
Ooh.
Really?
This guy was growing marijuana behind this wall. He had the lighting and the electrics and the water and the heat and the temperature and the humidity. He had everything like figured out. This kid's in college. You're telling me that these NFL teams couldn't figure out the lighting and the grass and the heating and the watering to have that field in every... People are sliding. It's not even getting dug up
at all.
You're pulling on it. You're moving on. It rained just yesterday. Massive down. We were circling the area because this is the greatest grass I've ever seen in my entire life. They have to be able to figure it out to put it in something. I feel like, and AJ, I know this is like we're going on and 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 on about this grass, but like playing a lot of different sports that involve grass, soccer, football, the whole college, NFL, as a youth. As I traveled around, it's like first shoot, maybe the greatest grass I've ever seen in any sport at all.
Better than golf course grass as well.
It is.
Foxy, okay, even golfing, this is better grass than golf. It's soft.
That's the first thing I said when I walked down these steps. I was like, geez, look at these fields. Like, this is perfect. I almost thought for a second this was turf. Like, it wasn't even real. Yeah. But Penn State, actually, that's a school that's somewhat in the north that always had great grass. It was much different than everywhere.
Well, that's because they would live and die for that.
Yeah, you know what they're doing.
We know that. They would walk right off a bridge.
Oh, yeah.
If they were told to. So you don't think some people were told, hey, make sure this grass is the best? They will do. That's that loyalty.
Exactly.
That Penn State people have.
Get you into trouble sometimes.
This grass needs to be everywhere, Ty.
Yeah, I agree. It's one of those things where the pitch is just so beautiful, and they also, like Tottenham, like the blueprints are out there. So it's not like we have to like figure out there are stadiums in the world that have this kind of grass that also do concerts and all that other bullshit that NFL owners definitely want to do. Like, yeah, sure, is it expensive? But can you imagine if this grass was in every stadium in the NFL? We'd never hear anyone bitch again. There'd be no complaint.
Well, there was a big, the Packers were pushing a big initiative. It was the Green Bay Packers.
Well, they had the Helix.
No, Bakhtiari.
Well, yeah.
He was Green Bay Packer legend.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know what he's doing right now. Maybe you know what? If every NFL team actually did have grass, he might be signed with the team. I don't think he currently is. But yeah, that was a big thing. I mean, when the Packers went and played the Giants in London, they had the strip, like the seam in the turf right down the entire field. And it was like, okay, well, we can't be doing this because we see the pitch, on for the Premier League when Tottenham is out here and when Arsenal's playing and all these other teams, like, it's doable, okay? So maybe it's time we just get it done because this grass is beautiful.
They got to figure it out here in Cary, North Carolina.
They do.
Speaking of having figured out, how about Jordan Love so quickly up there?
Unreal.
AJ, I know you're the all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers. Ty, you're an owner of the Green Bay Packers. Jordan Love is making some comments about how he feels about the culture in the locker room. I believe we have a video of it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Perfect.
I think last year we started off and we came a lot closer just through the adversity we went on in that season and making a run at the end there. But coming into OTAs, there's been so much energy in the building, and since I've been here, I feel like this is the closest the team's been, and it's very awesome to see the guys are going out there and competing. And like we talked about before, just having everybody here right now at this time is very cool because you just build those relationships and get closer with guys and get to go out there and work and compete with them every day. So I think this team's at Austin's probably not.
You have to love that if you're a Packers owner or fan, because there was a chance that your team was going to stink forever, like other teams that stink forever. If Jordan Love wasn't going to be able to work out because you forced Aaron Rodgers out of the building after winning multiple MVPs. Instead, Jordan Love's a guy. Instead, Jordan Love's on deck to get a massive contract. And instead, Jordan Love's talking about the tightest locker room that he has seen since he's been there. Now, it makes sense because as Jordan Love got drafted, and Aaron is kind of near the end of his career at the Green Bay Packers, there was certainly a transition era.
Sure.
This is the LaFleur, Gutekunst era. The old guard was kind of getting, I don't want to say run out of town, but certainly cut off the team. And they just posted a picture. I think it was Cobb, Devontae Adams, I think Bakhtiari, still vacationing together. Like that run, Mike McCarthy era, into that, was long and very close. AJ, you were a part of that. That was like a family, right? That team was like an actual family. That's why you guys had so much success up there.
Absolutely. Closest thing that you can get to like a college atmosphere was definitely there in my time in Green Bay.
So then that particular team starts kind of getting phased out. Quarterback also kind of getting forced out.
That's the main thing. Once the quarterback gets phased out, that's when it gets weird, and you could have a franchise that's just looking for leadership, looking for something because you've been thinking about it. You trusting Aaron. Every game I went into, we all 100% expected and thought we were going to win because of Aaron.
And there was a young generation, that was getting introduced to, this is going to be Jordan Love's team at some point. Aaron, certainly GOAT. We all have respect for him, but there's probably a little bit of this. Now it's fully LaFleur, fully Jordan Love, fully Gutekunst, and fully a young nucleus that is coming together and playing great ball already. If I was a Green Bay Packers fan, and I became one there for a couple of years.
Sure.
6 to midnight, Bop City. I could not be more happy with everything I'm hearing. Even whenever he got named the starter and everybody in the locker room was coming out of nowhere saying, this is the guy.
Yeah.
This is the guy. It's felt like this since day one, seemingly, with Jordan. And now you guys got another 10 years of great quarterback play.
Yeah, hopefully. I mean, obviously, they've said that they want to get his contract done before training camp starts, so that's kind of the next.
How come it works for them? Huh? Connor?
They have the right system. I mean, I don't know. The grading system they've used has gone back how long?
How come it always works?
It's like a family business in there, basically.
Did you see who the Colts signed?
Oh, yeah.
We went through Matt Ryan, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Carson Wentz, Jacoby Brissett. I mean, we were just searching. We had Peyton Manning and Andrew Luck. Okay, we rolled the dice. We hit. 7. We got paid.
Uh-huh.
Then obviously Andrew Luck retires because of injuries, and also the fact he's one of the smartest humans on earth. And we get into the roll the dice, who's your quarterback sweepstakes. It's a long, winding road to hell if you have no idea who your quarterback is. And you guys literally go from Brett Favre, I don't know how he's doing everything else.
Yeah, I think he's doing good.
Good football player, though.
You're a good football
Spin the
player.
ball.
I can really spin it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They'll really spin, especially for the Packers. Yeah, That's no alleged about it.
No.
There's no allegedly about
He
it.
threw that thing a country mile.
That guy could spin it in the country, in his jeans, in the mud. He could spin it, let alone
That's right.
in the NFL. But then you go to Aaron Rodgers, who sits for 3. Think about Aaron Rodgers sitting for 3 years in the modern day. No way. No way would that happen.
Especially when, AJ used to talks about like when they would see him in camp and stuff, and he's playing with the scout team. It was kind of like the Mahomes stuff, where it's like everyone else on the team seeing what he's doing, and it's like, all right, how much longer is this guy? Can we go without, like, we have to let this guy play. He's that talented. He's that good. But same deal. It's just like, nope, Favre's still here. He's still the guy. Like, we kind of need to just wait. And it wasn't exactly like that with Jordan Love. And I in terms of the Packers as a whole, obviously the guys they're drafting have immense talent. Rodgers, a lot of people saying, hey, he should have been the first overall pick. He falls in, after Alex Smith goes 1. Same with Jordan Love, but there's just something to being okay with pissing off your entire fan base, because that's what they did when they drafted Rodgers, when they had Favre.
Oh, yeah, you had a reaction.
When they drafted Jordan Love, again, and you understand it because the success they were having. They went to 2 NFC championships back-to-back. It's like, hey, we just maybe need another piece to kind of get over the hump, get over the Super Bowl. But they're okay with pissing off all the fans. And then you have, like, very few teams have the opportunity where it's you have a Hall of Fame quarterback in place, and the guy you draft gets to learn for 3 years under that guy, and he already has a little bit of skill. So then the same thing happens with Rodgers. I mean, we remember what Jordan Love looked like when those videos first came out.
Oh, he's missing a net, Connor.
Exactly. And saying,
guy was throwing it in the ground. You piss off Aaron. You don't get better to maybe get past the NFC Championship, and the guy can't hit a 10-by-10 net.
Exactly. And then
it was hard not to say that.
Thought it was very hard not to. But then he sits for 3 years, and then he has the year he had last year, and everyone's saying, like, yeah, not only does he have immense ability, but it was because he got to sit behind a Hall of Fame quarterback and learn from him. And in the NFL today, like, teams obviously want to do that, but how many teams really have the patience to be okay with doing that?
Yeah, to be clear, I would not have been able to do it loudly I would not have been able to be a GM to do it. Because right there, we get to the NFC Championship. I want to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I want to win a Super Bowl. Now we got to think for 4 years down the road. Oh, you're stupid, and then they do it. That's like this Penix thing. Everybody's reaction, including mine, first 24 hours is like, this is the dumbest team of all time.
So stupid.
It's going to end up working out for them.
You think?
And they're going to take a victory lap.
Is Kirk going to win the MVP 2 years in a row and then move on?
No, but Kirk wasn't even there yet. Doesn't even know people in the equipment room, in the training room, in the chef, anywhere. Doesn't know really anything down there in Atlanta. Just moving back into a house down there. I mean, there's a lot different from him and Aaron Rodgers. But if like Penix gets time to develop and grow and he ends up becoming a guy, it's like they will be able to take a victory lap for the rest of their lives, no matter what you thought on draft night or 24 hours afterwards.
For sure. But even like the luck situation when you're on the team, like let's say Peyton breaks his arm as opposed to like having the issues with the neck and you guys, go 1-15 or whatever and still get the first overall pick. Like, do you think Irsay's still drafting luck if Peyton, has an injury like that where he like breaks an ankle, breaks a leg, breaks an arm, and it's not like a neck type issue where, hey, we don't know if he's going to be the same guy moving forward?
I don't think so. I think you probably trade out of there.
Wasn't everybody worried about the nerve like regenerating enough so he could throw and hold a ball? That's the biggest reason I think that probably put it over the top for Jim Irsay.
And it was also during the lockout, I think.
And he was one of the only quarterbacks to have that injury, right? Isn't that not really a quarterback injury?
Spinal fusion or whatever?
Yeah, I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember walking into training camp that year, and I guess I had not been in contact with a lot of people. And I was summoned to the training room, and I go down there, and they're like, he's in the back or whatever. I'm like, all right, cool. First day of training camp, I open it up. Wires just out of Peyton. He's attached to every single stem that we have. Aaron Burrill's in there. And I'm like, we okay? What do we got? Because it was real secretive going into the season and whether or not his neck was okay. And they were like, I think we got one here. And then all of a sudden he misses that entire year. Then we go into lockout. He has to go over to Europe to get some neck stuff. He has to get some other spine stuff here. And then he can't feel his finger. Lockout, you can't have conversation with anybody, right? Because front office wasn't allowed to talk. And he was owed like $30 million like a week later. Mm-hmm. So Jim Irsay's sitting there with a vape and whatever, just going like, what do we do?
When I saw him,
he got Andrew Luck sitting right there too. Like that's a tough decision. I'm thankful they did it. Now, tough decisions was something that Bill Belichick was able to do for a long time. Julian Edelman on his podcast, Games with Names, talked to Matt Light. Matt Light chit-chat about Bill Belichick's obsession with getting it right and learning from what you did in the past.
Let's say we're playing the Jets, and it's Monday afternoon, so we're playing a divisional game, right? We're coming off a loss on the road, and we have a two key players on defense that went down. He'll go back in his notes and do keyword search or something, and he'll find a scenario that mimics that almost to a T, and then he'll look and see, how did I address the team? Did I go hard on him? Did I take it easy on him? Did I push him? And how hard did I push him? Did we practice a certain way? What was the outcome? How did it come out? All that stuff gets analyzed, man. That's the craziness and the complexity that a lot of people don't realize. I don't know how much that weighs in his success or whatever else, but that's who he.
AJ, how about the diligence there in notes and also being able to coach long enough that you have a scenario from your past that equals what? Played a divisional opponent. We lost on the road on Monday night. We have a team that is below 500 the next week. What was my message? Let me just type in some shit here. Finds it, bang, that's what we go to. Bill Belichick's a genius, and he's proving it with more and more stories we hear, AJ.
Yeah, imagine like the discipline it must take for Bill. So like at the end of every day, is he typing up notes? Is he
doing a Schefter thing? Remember, Schefter journals every single thought.
You think he could be like recording it on a little recorder and then someone transcribes it for him? Is that ever possible? Because Bill's not only is like the note-taking thing. I mentioned this to you earlier. You would think, oh, Bill's old school. He's bright. He's got like journals and journals of handwritten stuff. But no, like he's on his computer so he can go back and efficiently look and find these situations instead of scrolling through 15 bins of old binders that he has.
How many times? I think I've been around Bill now 5 times. He had that computer with him everywhere.
Every time.
That's right.
Yep.
The day of the draft, the night before the draft, there's only one thing we're really carrying, and that's that computer. I couldn't even fathom what is inside of that computer. The amount of football knowledge that is in that computer. Notes. I mean, the first time we chit-chatted about doing draft and getting to know each other was in Chicago in the back room. We just started watching film on this thing, and we just started rolling through. I mean, we went through like 45 guys, just film. Look at this. It just going through it. Loves ball. There's no way he's not back on the sideline, even even if he has the greatest fall on TV in history.
Well, that's what's absurd is that the fact that you're hearing all these stories about this guy and that he doesn't have a job.
Wanted one.
Wanted a job. Like, obviously, we love Raheem Morris on the record. Raheem Morris. We think he'll do very well in Atlanta, and granted, that's the only team Bill looked at. But imagine hearing this as a front office, as a team like Atlanta, who has won a Super Bowl in forever, if not ever, and then you still don't hire the guy. I think there's a chance he's the smartest person on the world, or in the world, excuse me.
On the world, yeah. It's good for our program.
Yeah, both, either way. We joke about Terrence Howard, but he actually, Bill Belichick, might be the smartest guy.
I don't joke about Terrence Howard.
Of course, I agree with you. But if he,
well, that's because you don't understand what the hemoglobin's doing right next to the metal and the hydrogen.
I need him to explain it to me.
Bro, carbon and hydrogen are at the same wave outer.
He's going to remake Saturn without gravity.
How come nobody's come out and said he's completely wrong? That's what I'm saying.
Because they're.
And how come I've been lied to?
Who's been lying to you?
I sat through a science class that told me the opposite shit that I heard from Terrence Howard. I know that. I don't know what they said, but I do know it was not what Terrence said.
We need the new periodic table, don't we?
Well, it's actually
it's actually the old. That's the thing. He's going all the way back.
It's the original
wavelengths.
Yeah, wavelength, and then it's actually flower of life is a circle.
Exactly.
But you're right, Bill Belichick. The fact that now he's the Croatian president, is that what happened?
Yeah. He became the prime minister of Croatia.
Won the election, yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. I mean, that's crazy. Did he run a campaign? Was it on our show?
No, he was just on the ballot, and everyone was like, holy shit, Bill Belichick's on the ballot. I'm voting for him.
But, like, he's on a victory lap tour right now, enjoying his life. I think he's going and doing things probably that he couldn't do for 49 years as a head coach or coaching in the NFL. But it's like the ability to adapt to players when you're coaching them, to the style of football, and then also to adapt technologically, how you'd go about doing what you're doing. A lot of people would think that Bill would be way too stubborn. Like, he's way too stubborn. He's stuck in his ways. This is what he's going to do. Remember, that's what people were saying why they didn't want to give him a job. He's too stubborn. He's stuck in his ways. Do this entire thing. Instead, he's like, if this will make me better, quicker, I will do whatever the hell you need from me. Big time goal.
Wow.
Big time goal. I believe it was a LaFar one.
Other half of the field.
Goalie got caught sleeping.
Keeps.
Any bicycle kick goals yet?
There was a free kick from Inter Milan, I believe, that was nasty. Like,
JJ almost had a bike, right? He almost had a bicycle kick.
I think JJ almost took somebody's head off. I think he did do that.
Upset. Yeah, he yelled at some poor heckler on the way in today. I saw.
Yeah, he called him fat. I saw.
Yeah, that was me.
Donuts.
What was the deal with that?
Well, he was in his zone. You know, he was in his
Game
zone.
time.
There's some other stuff going on around the NFL. Our favorite coach for the Philadelphia Eagles is talking more shit. Listen to Nick Sirianni address, the chitter chatter in the NFC East.
Sometimes you see Giants fans around here with the, being so close. And, they give me a good, like, hey, go Giants. And I'd typically let it go. But if the guy gets me good enough, I usually say, got your best player.
Okay. Sirianni's talking. He's doing a press conference about his shit talking happening in the streets of Philadelphia, which is another reason why I love Nick Sirianni. I think we all do. Are the Philadelphia Eagles going to be able to get back? Interesting, especially with the loss of Jason Kelce. How will that go? But I do appreciate the fact that adding Saquon Barkley is something that is not on Sirianni's mind just on the field, but also like division rival.
Yeah.
We just took literally the only guy that sells any tickets for you. He's on our team now, paying him like $10 million or whatever it is. He opens things up drastically, you would assume, for Coach Sirianni.
We need the Eagles to get back, too, because the difference that we were, like the Sirianni that we saw, I can't remember if it was like the Chiefs game or whoever it was. Yeah. When he's going into the tunnel and he's talking shit to every single fan that's looking at him. That guy, whenever that was, week 6, week 7, when it was before the Eagles went on their free fall, to the guy we saw at the end of the season when they were starting to say, like, oh, yeah, there's a chance Sirianni's going to get fired with the coordinators and everything. Like, the NFL is just better when Sirianni can be out there talking shit, pissing everybody off. So I'm really hoping that adding Saquon Barkley not only frees things up for Jalen Hurts a little bit, because I think they missed Miles Sanders last year, but just the Eagles in general, like, we need them to be good. Because the NFL is just better when Sirianni can kind of cook and talk his shit.
And you mentioned there with Big Dom. I mean, that's obviously a massive piece of this entire thing. Big Dom not being able to be on the sidelines to kind of wrangle Nick Sirianni. Yeah. I'm surprised we don't see him at press conferences, because there's a chance that Nick Sirianni is just going to go full promo every single time. I wonder how hard that is for him to fight, AJ.
I want to see. I mean, I assume Sirianni is the same way all the time, 24 hours a day with his family, whatever it may be. But I think Sirianni is kind of like a guy. You know, when you have a player that when they're feeling themselves and they're playing well, they're kind of bouncing around the court or the field, wherever they may be, whatever the sport is, and they're enjoying themselves and having fun talking. But then when that guy kind of has a rough day, they're head down the dumps, they're not talking, they're not doing their thing, and the coach has to say, like, hey, we need you. I need you the way you are. Like, you play best when you're out there and you're talking, you're letting everybody know. And I think that's what Nick Sirianni is. I think
Man, it's a lot easier to talk shit when you're winning.
It's really tough when you're losing, isn't it?
Like, you lose a game, okay.
Conor McGregor's the best at it, though, right?
Okay, so what's going on? Good transition there. He canceled a press conference yesterday.
Yeah, not looking good.
UFC 303. Obviously, this has taken forever to kind of make this Chandler-Conor McGregor fight happen and become official. And Chandler's been waiting, since they do the Tough Enough, the
Ultimate Fighter.
The Ultimate Fighter, which is on like season 60 or whatever. Congratulations to them. But they've been waiting a long, long time. Obviously, Conor McGregor does that movie where he's getting Oscar nods.
Yeah, Roadhouse. Well, I wouldn't go that far.
Gyllenhaal.
I think he's getting Oscar nods, isn't he?
Maybe.
I don't think so. Listen, I love Roadhouse. Love Gyllenhaal. Love Conor McGregor. That movie absolutely sucked.
No.
It was awful.
I heard it was good.
It was
I didn't
awful.
see it, though.
It was not. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it was not good.
So I was just told that it's Conor's cheeks the entire first 30 seconds.
A lot of McGregor's butt cheeks in there.
So every time I would go to start it, I'm like, do I want to see Conor's cheeks right now? And it was just not a time where I wanted to see his cheeks. So I did not get to watch it, but I assume I will at some point, and I will enjoy it. Conor McGregor obviously watched a documentary, Notorious, from where he was to where he became, just basically calling his shot and working his dick off and monitoring or filming it all. That was a great documentary. And obviously, he is box office, sells out everywhere. So him finally getting back in the octagon to take on a guy that they've been talking about for years, is he going to fight Michael Chandler? And Michael Chandler's a guy who will just go in there and get punched in the face.
Oh, yeah.
Michael Chandler wants to be electrifying in the ring. It's like, this is a perfect fight. And Chandler knew that. That's why he called him out after his last fight or whatever. It's like, Conor, you're coming back for somebody. It might as well be me. We're all jacked up. Then all of a sudden yesterday, UFC 303 press conference gets canceled like hours beforehand. Mm-hmm. And now everybody's starting to wonder everything. Ariel Helwani allegedly was going to have an update today at 1 o'clock. We'll obviously keep the eyes peeled.
Yeah, I just feel bad for Chandler because this fight's not happening. Like, it's just not happening. Now Chandler has wasted 2 years of his life just basically waiting for McGregor to get ready. And
Wait a second.
Okay.
What happened?
Ariel Helwani has reported that great positivity that Conor will fight at UFC 303.
Oh, okay.
Is what Ariel Helwani said.
Great positivity.
Now, he is plugged in. Ariel Helwani is pretty plugged in with the Conor McGregor camp. He actually, as soon as the press conference got canceled, he came out and said, this isn't Conor. Everybody's calling him a back out and everything.
Yeah.
Like that. This is not a Conor McGregor thing. He knows it's bad for business. I hope that's the case. I think there was also some people hypothesizing that maybe he just got injured in camp, and normally we would not hear about it because camp is so long. But since a press conference was happening on the same exact day, it was like, we can't make it. We got to get some scans for something. I'm hoping that's the case, as opposed to him saying, what the hell am I doing this for? I got a yacht. I got hundreds of millions. The Black Ford Gin over there is doing fantastic. What's the whiskey?
Proper 12.
Proper 12. He was talking shit on Guinness last week. He was like, if you want to drink Guinness, go ahead. Remember what they did to Ireland? They were a bunch of spies. I think he said that they were spies for England. Like Arthur Guinness had to turn around the harp on the logo to face in as opposed to out because he was allegedly, like that's what Conor McGregor was posting.
That's nuts.
So I think he's trying to really go for it all business-wise and seemingly having success. I hope it wasn't they say you can't train as hard when you're waking up in satin sheets. It's like if you're waking up on a yacht in satin sheets with other businesses booming, is it as easy to be like, I want to go get punched in the face? I hope that's not the case.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's not the case.
And he's already established himself.
Already Hall of Famer.
Forever.
Sure.
Yeah.
Considered a GOAT, double champ. I mean, there's so many things that can go to mind for him being like, you know what? Nah, I don't want to do it anymore. I hope that's not the case.
There's part of that, but I think also anything we know about these UFC fighters, he's wired differently. You think, Chandler's been talking a bunch of shit to him. You think he doesn't, and he's been away for a while. You think he doesn't want to get back into the octagon and kind of remind everyone, hey, when I'm at the top of my game, I'm the
people don't know,
box
Tom.
office. Well, I know.
Think about that. How long ago? When was Conor in his prime? There's a lot of young.
Probably 5 years.
That's what I'm saying.
5, 6
everything
years, maybe
is so
even longer.
Recency bias now. There's a lot of people were around that don't know that Conor.
But to that point, don't you think that's why he would want to get back in?
Absolutely.
Because if he comes back in, it's the main event at UFC 303. The UFC's never been hotter than it is right now. If he goes in there and has a crazy highlight reel knockout of Michael Chandler, guess what? Everybody everybody's talking about Conor McGregor again, and then we're already looking, to the next super fight when he's going to be main eventing again.
Yeah, I love what you're saying about having to prove and wanting to feel that again, and I hope that's the case for Conor, who's allegedly always training. Like, even when he's on his yachts, he's got super nice gyms, he's training, he's always fighting.
Yeah, he's got McGregor
needs to fight. You know what I mean? He needs 1, 2, 3 times. He needs to get out there and fight that whole thing. My hammies are locking up right now.
Yeah.
Like, just from 1 5-minute sesh of soccer in the morning. What if he isn't a machine? What if he is
certainly possible?
Now he's a movie star.
And what if there's a chance, and it's not a Conor McGregor thing at all, but what if he is in training, like realizing maybe it's not the same, maybe for whatever reason, maybe I'm not moving as quick. Because if he was to lose to Michael Chandler, I mean, that would
knocked out too.
That would be a massive. Not saying any of this is real, but whenever something gets canceled, you automatically have to speculate everything.
Well, especially if he's looking at like the style of fighter he is. He's like, hey, obviously Chandler will stand and bang with people, but he's also a wrestler. Like, is Conor thinking like, oh, do I really want to take the next 8 weeks, or he's in the middle of it right now, but like this training camp, and like I'm gonna be grappling and like, is that the fight? Do I really want to get prepared, go out there, and then have it potentially be like I get the best of him on his feet, and then he just takes me down and grinds me out that way? Like, I doubt.
You never want to get grinded out right in front of everybody.
Absolutely not.
No. Yeah, especially who's Habib?
Yeah, Habib.
I remember those fights.
Oh yeah.
Habib would just like
Pick him up.
torture you.
like a boa constrictor.
Yeah.
Talking shit while wrestling him, laying on him.
Yeah,
to Dana.
Yeah.
Is that right? And then they're downer.
Yeah.
Well, somebody mentioned it. We need to get Dagestan on our side.
Oh yeah.
Now.
I don't know how that would work, and I'm not necessarily sure what international relations are with whom.
Sure.
I believe they are loyal to one country.
We need to figure out how to get them on our side. Who's that?
I believe it is a pro-Russia country.
Yeah, Mother Russia, unfortunately.
Well, they're in the middle of some stuff right now. Now might be a time, because Russia's distracted, to get in there and win over the Dagestani people.
Kind of look over here.
We need them on our side. They are all dogs.
Oh, yeah.
All of them are dogs.
Wrestling bears.
Like, if you get to the UFC during this era, congratulations. Who do you get to fight? Oh, a Dagestani who's actually been wrestling bears and swimming up creek in frozen rivers.
Yep.
Like, that is
And
how
they
they
got
train.
Hezbollah.
And they got Hezbollah obviously pulling for him at all.
That's a triple threat.
As we continue to talk about sports we don't know a lot about, let's go to baseball. One of the Hundo boys, you see it?
Oh yeah.
Jerry Jones, one of the Hundo boys, makes Shohei Ohtani look like a dum-dum tie.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've said it. Listen, Paul Skeen's getting all the headlines. You got 2 guys in your starting rotation throwing just premium gas, diesel, 101 miles an hour, K'ing him. I mean, the Pirates, again, you got 2 guys at the top of your rotation who are like this. If you just get a little bit of run support, you have other people chip in a little bit. Like, this is a team that can make the playoffs, and it's a team that a lot of people wouldn't want to see in the playoffs, because as exciting and as good of a 1-2 punch in their rotation as anyone in baseball right now.
So I do wonder, from watching this, and shout out to Jerry Jones, he's got good vibes. Did they sell a Japanese ad because Shohei Ohtani was coming?
It's possible. I know a lot of the boards in the stadiums now are digital, so they'll just pop in like anything.
Where you pause?
Oh, okay.
Like that? Is that always at PNC Park in Pittsburgh? Like, that's a genius move. If there's a company too just buying advertising right behind Shohei Ohtani from Japan, that feels like a brilliant move, because all these clips go to Japan, I assume.
Do they do the hockey thing where like the hockey boards on the broadcast are different than what it is actually inside the arena?
So the hockey boards are like naturally one color, right? So they're able to paint over it.
Yeah.
I do wonder if now baseball's doing that, but that's good business right there.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because Shohei Ohtani, obviously. How's Shota doing?
He's been roughed up big time in his last 2 starts. I think
Is it our fault?
He gave up, I want to say, 9 earned runs in his first 7 starts, and I think he's given up like 12 in his last 2.
All right, let's get back to some football talk. Tua has lost too much weight. People hate it. Here's Jalen Waddle chit-chatting about Tua being super skinny now.
What's up? I told him I miss chubby Tua, man. I miss chubby Tua, man. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like it when I seen it. I told him I'm not with it. I told him straight up, I'm not with it. Eat some more or something, man. I'm not. Yeah, facts. Hair twisted and some more. I'm not. I'm loving it though. He's looking good, feeling good, and got to throw with him a lot this offseason, so he's looking good.
So that's now Jalen and Tua both going like whole new Tua this year. What did Tyreek say? Tyreek said.
Thought he was on.
He said, "Is this guy on Ozempic?" He was at Pro Bowl, fat as shit.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, he's super. Remember, he's got great jawline right now.
Yep.
His hair kind of froed up a little bit. New tat, whole new arm tatted up. Super thin, more agile. AJ, they're saying he's going to extend plays and make the Miami Dolphins offense even more lethal. Skinny Tua.
I guess, have we heard from Tua yet? I'd like to know if he had a plan going into this offseason, like, hey, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to lose 10, 15 pounds, whatever it may be. But the first time he comes out of a game injured, if he does, I don't wish anyone to get hurt, but if he's limping ever once, that's the first thing people say, oh, maybe he needs to put that weight back on.
I can't wait to see how Tua handles the weight loss and also how he continues to evolve his look.
Yeah.
Ooses look cool all the time.
They do.
They literally look cool all the time. All shapes, all sizes. Ooses look cool all the time. Tua now getting jocked, double tat, hair's growing out long. I think we have a chance to maybe have coolest looking guy to ever play quarterback ahead. Not right now, obviously.
Okay.
And I think that's what a lot of people are saying. I think that's what Jalen's saying, too. Jalen's like, hey, we need to get there. He brings in a beard into this entire equation.
That's the thing. He needs to grow the beard back because his beard, I mean, like you mentioned it, the Usos, it's so lined up. It looks so good every time. Roman Reigns, the Uso brothers, all the guys in the WWE, their beards are phenomenal, okay? Tua needs to get because it just looks weird. It just looks weird. You have that type of hair. If you have a nice, tight beard with it as well, we are talking coolest looking QB ever.
We have some big time NFL news. Potential friend of yours, Corey Linsley, has been released from the Chargers. New regime. Jim Harbaugh loves offensive line. Thought there was maybe a chance that you would still keep the vet around who's getting paid very well to be the center for the Chargers. He was released, and now they're talking about retirement and all the records are coming out. 1,572 straight pass block snaps without allowing a sack. Obviously, Aaron loves this guy. I assume everybody in Green Bay does. AJ, what are your thoughts on Corey and the potential end of the road here, which goes back to the conversation about Jordan Love saying, hey, it feels like our locker room's tighter than it's ever been because this is like their team now.
Yeah.
That previous team is seemingly, the light at the end of the tunnel is kind of there for everybody, AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if anyone, like Bakhtiari might have been the last of that kind of era, I think, in Green Bay. Him and Mason Crosby, and they're not there anymore. But yeah, Corey Linsley, he is such a unique, weird, awesome dude. Like,
okay, what do you mean by weird?
One of those like weird.
He watches weird movies.
Super intelligent. Like you'd say, hey, Corey, hey, tell me what's going on in Israel, Palestine. What's happening? He'll legit could tell you for 20 minutes. He'll go back to 3,000 years ago.
You need to start watching more film.
Yeah, that's what
Harbaugh.
I'm saying. Football wise too. Like he is.
Corey, I don't want to hear it.
Corey's like a weird genius and one of those like country strong kids at the same time. So great combination for a center.
Hey Corey, congratulations if it is it. If not, can't wait to see.
He weighs about 190 pounds right now.
Where you heading next? Yeah. Oh, he's already on his transition.
Super lean. Yeah.
What if he was talking about like Terrence Howard and Jim Harbaugh heard him? And
I would like to ask Corey, hey, what do you think about this whole Terrence Howard situation? Because he'd give you a 40-minute thing on every single thing.
When did you see him? He's 195 pounds.
The Derby.
Okay, so that could have been some news. Hey, Corey Linsley, center, guy who's one of the most world-renowned tough guys. He's now 185 pounds.
But I don't know what he is.
But he's not what he was playing with you.
Well, congratulations, Corey. It sounds like we don't know, but
he had a lot of heart. He had a heart situation. He had some scary stuff.
Yeah, he's missed a lot of games like the last 2 years, and I know they were talking retirement might be right around the corner.
You talking about being super smart? Yesterday, as soon as we got here, I ran into a 22-year-old named Austin.
Hell yeah.
And Austin was a guy who was able to pull any day of the week that any date in the history of the world was. Okay? So I don't know Austin completely, but his dad comes over to me and says, say a date in history. And I say, May 2nd, 1987. That's my birthday. This guy, his eyes actually start like it's a filing cabinet, okay? Filing cabinet through it. And he goes, it was a Saturday. So then his dad pulls out phone and he goes, what day of the week was May 2nd, 1987? He was like, Saturday. I'm like, holy shit, am I getting worked right now? Is this doing it? So I go, December 25th, 2024. Try to fuck him a little bit. Because it's not in the history, it's future. You know what I mean? So he said any day in history. And guy, same exact Austin, same exact move, the eyes. And he goes, it's a Wednesday. I'm like, you're damn right, there's NFL football on Austin. Let's never ever forget it. He was maybe
the smart, like in that particular world,
the talent.
I've never seen anything like that. Just the history of the world. Now, I assume there's like square roots and all these things that you could potentially dive into, or there's some sort of theory. That was as soon as we landed at the airport, waiting for autographs. I was there 25 minutes asking dates, just trying to figure it out, trying to catch them. Was right every time. There's people with super brains out there. Legit.
I've heard some different people that have stuff like that, or they have like crazy, weird memories where they can remember all kind of numbers and equations and all of that. Yeah, it's safe to say I don't have any of that in my brain, no question.
I did say that we needed to get him to a blackjack table.
Stat.
I said we need to get him to a
Does he
blackjack.
have any other cool like tricks like that he could do, or is it always this date in history, con man?
We just kind of hammered. We kind of hammered the date in history.
And he nailed it, 100%.
Absolutely. Who are the two soccer teams that are playing right now? We got hashtag United taking on another team. I don't know if you remember here. What's the score? What half is it?
It is 1-0 the home team. It's the second half with 16:40 left.
The clock ticks away.
It goes quick.
How did Cincinnati score 7 goals on JJ's team? That's a lot.
Counterattack, he said.
Yeah, they countered the shit
What's
out
that
of him.
mean?
That means
In
like
soccer.
what happened to us. So we were down 1-0.
Okay.
So we came out with an idea. Okay, we're going to press a little bit because they can just sit back, park the bus. You heard Gumpy talk about it.
Oh yeah, cagey.
So that creates a cagey affair, yeah, because it just gets sticky in the back. So we attack, and then you give away a ball. You got 4 people up. All of a sudden, they're coming back the other way, and you only got 2 people. So they countered the shit out of us back-to-back goal. I mean, that was like, it was 1-0, then it was 3-0 in a matter of a minute and a half.
Your goalie's like a big part of it too, up around the 50-yard line, whatever you call it in soccer. So if he gets caught, like you're done. There's no one in goal.
This is a brilliant concept.
It's awesome.
It is a brilliant. The whole tournament's awesome.
Yeah, like even the whole entire, like, what's the word I'm looking for? All the fields together. Complex. I didn't expect it to have like the.
Well, you know who it is?
Who's that?
Kratz.
Yeah, I'm still out on Kratz, but
no, Kratz has a lot on his plate.
Yeah, no, I heard.
Kratz, I got to meet Kratz yesterday. Great handshake, good accent. Brought on a crew with him named Hunter, and he was like, "Oh, my friend sent the clip, obviously."
Heard what you said.
I'm like, Kratz, I woke up this morning and the only problems I heard were from a guy named Kratz. Literally. Now, obviously, every other problem I had too in my life at that exact time was happening, but anything that was happening down here for months of planning was like, Kratz won't let us do this, Kratz won't let us do that, Kratz won't let us do that. Kratz is like, that's not true at all. This conversation's been going for a couple of weeks. I'm like, Kratz, this is one of those shooting before aiming.
Sure.
Shooting before aiming type situation, and I certainly do apologize about that. I don't know if you've seen this. The Utah Jazz have debuted brand new uniforms.
What?
Ryan Smith is in his creative bag out there in Utah. The Mormons refuse to use the name Soakers or Earthquakers on anything, which none of us make sense.
Bullshit.
None of us fully understand. Look at the new kits.
Nice.
Utah Jazz got a hockey team in town. Now they're starting to take over. Ryan Smith owes it all. Ryan Smith, big time, new school. Let's be creative. Let's do this entire thing. I feel like they're going to have new kits probably every single year. The new kits aren't always a home run, though, Conman.
No, those ones are kind of awesome because it's almost a hat tip to the old ones. Like they're bringing back the mountains. It's not like the one on the right side here in the middle with the Jazz logo. They went to that and then just did like the yellow neon letters. Like that wasn't really what the Utah Jazz, at least we knew all about them, with John Stockton dribbling up to the top of his head. But these are unbelievable. Need more of the throw.
Well, what'd you say John Stockton dribbled to the top of his head? You're saying they were playing lesser basketball back in the day?
Hey, look, I'm a huge Stockton guy. I love the way he plays ball. Love all of his assists and steals. I also love his views on a lot of things, which has got him into
a little breezy right now.
Got into hot water with the Gonzaga team when he got banned with season tickets. But again, John Stockton is a one-of-one human being, and those jerseys also are regarded as one of the best sets of jerseys in NBA history.
Big news in the NFL. Contract extensions for the general manager and the head coach of the Cleveland Browns.
Wow.
Andrew Berry, friend of mine, obviously a guy that we hoped would become the youngest general manager in the history of the NFL and take the Indianapolis Colts job. Instead, we didn't even interview him. Then a couple years later, he goes to Cleveland. Everybody says, who's this? Well, he played at Harvard. He's a football guy. He knows the locker room, and he's a genius. Now, he did have to pay $230 million guaranteed to a quarterback that we don't know if he's ever going to get back to the form of being a $230 million quarterback. But he and Stefanski, big brains, seemingly having Cleveland rowing in the right direction. The dog pound's pumped about this, AJ? Do you have a nice set of the pulse of the dog pound on if Stefanski and Andrew Berry are beloved by the Browns fans faithful?
I live in Ohio, so I'm around a decent amount of Browns fans. I think people like Stefanski as long as you win. If you don't win, they don't. If you don't,
What,
if
tie?
you come out and they don't win, then they hate him.
It seems like every year we're talking or we're hearing from Browns fans basically saying like, "Hey, this guy sucks." Okay, like they lose a game in October and everyone's done with Stefanski, and I think he's won Coach of the Year like 2 out of the last 3 years. It's like this guy's kind of unbelievable, but the expectations for the Browns, it seems like. I mean, they're dealing with Super Bowl or bust expectations.
You put that on the Houston Texans earlier.
Well, I had to.
That's real.
Didn't have a choice because, the way CJ's been talking. And I did mention the Packers. You obviously were talking about the Chiefs because it's kind of one of those things where, hey, guess what? We can have all these conversations about, hey, this team's unbelievable. The Browns are unbelievable. The Bengals are unbelievable.
Colts are unbelievable.
Colts are unbelievable.
Well,
People are having that convo.
People are having those conversations.
I've had that convo every fucking day.
with yourself or with other people?
Well, the wife.
Okay.
There you go. And you can have those.
Ann McKenzie, 13 months old.
Did she say
agrees.
bullshit as well?
No, she agreed.
Oh, okay.
She said, well,
When's the last time a Browns coach got an extension?
Hey, congrats, Stefanski. That's a good question.
I don't remember.
Hugh Jack City obviously did not get one.
Nope. Patton did not get one.
Who was the guy?
Freddie Kitchens.
Freddie Kitchens did
Like
not
for
get
real.
one.
Mangini?
I don't think so.
They ran his ass up.
This is a big deal.
Yeah, like you get an extension as a Browns head coach. That doesn't happen.
Congrats, Stefanski. Hey, way to go.
They should be very happy in Cleveland.
Yeah, they should be very excited. Got a little bit of consistency for the first time in the history of the program since selling it and leaving it to Baltimore. Speaking of money, let's talk about it. The NBA, $76 billion deal finalized amongst Amazon, ESPN, and NBC. TNT, Adam Silver obviously had been negotiating this deal for a couple years. I think even whenever he was out joining us during All-Star Week, and that was kind of, I don't want to say near done, but they've been trying to get at this for a long time. TV deals are a massive backbone for any league, including TST here down at ESPN. But the conversation around this is, okay, ESPN's in. Amazon gets another sport. Congrats to them.
Here we go.
Because people don't know this. Amazon was in, I think, on Big Ten. Amazon was in on other stuff, and leagues weren't going with Amazon because I think they weren't 100% sure whether or not having a linear channel with the amount of people that are still watching television, was it enough? Was it a disadvantage? Amazon picks up the NBA. That's big for them and for the future of streaming sports for Amazon. And then NBC getting back into the game in a big way. NBC lost hockey. Obviously, we know that. Now they have all the off-season shit, pretty much. Any race you want to watch, it's happening. Anything taking place that isn't football, you're turning on NBC. Now they get the NBA, and obviously ESPN, I assume, is the biggest contributor to this. But $76 billion over the next 11 years. The NBA people got to be pumped, and inevitably, I'll be excited to see how it all evolves into making it a very, very profitable operation for all parties.
Yeah, it's awesome for everyone that got in on this. What is TNT doing? Like
they just got Turner just got college football playoff.
Right, but that's all they have. Like during the NBA season, like the NBA carries TNT.
Hockey.
Well, hockey too. I guess they do have hockey, but like obviously there's one more year. But you would think with how successful Inside the NBA was and all that kind of stuff, like the TNT would have done whatever they could have to make sure that it's not going anywhere, because it's just like that was one of their cash cows. They get all their Emmys from it and all that kind of stuff, and now it's just like, and then Charles is kind of talking about how he has no relationship with the guy who's running it, and like they kind of didn't keep them abreast of anything that was going on. It was kind of just like, hey, listen, sorry, you guys aren't going to be back after next year. Like, it's just crazy that TNT didn't do more to try to kind of keep this relationship going.
And if Charles and them were to make the show their own thing and then license it itself, that's a lot of conversations that have to take place, a lot of egos that have to get put aside.
Yeah.
Because you got 10 quarterbacks, you got no quarterbacks.
Right.
Will they be able to do that? We shall see. Obviously, everybody's hoping for it. But there is a chance at TNT, even though they haven't been really communicative with the stars, there's a chance that it remains on there,
Sure.
Still, and then they broadcast digitally, too. They kind of open up the licenses. But I'm thinking everybody's hoping that ESPN signs them.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
NBC's probably hoping to God that they get inside the NBA.
For sure.
I mean, and Ernie said he's going to stick with TNT. I think that's until maybe somebody says, hey, Ernie, this is what.
Until he gets a deal.
Don't we want to keep the legacy of the institution together? And if it does just pick up and go to another channel, I think that's one of those shows everybody will just just pick it up. We will go watch it no matter what.
Amazon getting into basketball will be interesting. So we're going to see all new broadcast crews going to Amazon. Like, what if Charles and them all of a sudden we pick it up over there?
So Amazon has a lot of money, obviously. That's what everybody thinks.
Yes.
But do they actually? They haven't been able to win a lot of bidding wars that they've gotten into. And I'm not going to say us involved because I would be acting like ours is worth something that is going. But Amazon has not just emptied the clip for everything yet. Now, they tried to get in with the Big Ten. There's a lot of chaos and controversy. Hey, soccer's pretty dramatic. There's a lot of
We thought a guy broke a leg during your game, and then he stood up and walked off.
5 career enders, I thought, and then they got up and scored a goal.
And there's a lot of dramatics and theatrics.
Oh, yeah.
Are you trying to sell it so the ref gets a yellow card or a red card to a buddy? Is that what you're doing?
I think you're certainly trying to sell everything to benefit your team. It's like flopping benefits. So, like, if it's going to benefit and you do it, you might as well.
Like NBA.
But, like, the subbing is a big...
How does that work? How does the sub
cannot go on the field until the person comes off. If you do, you're red carded.
Damn.
You got a red card, you're banned. See you later.
You got to time it up. That's something you got to practice where you're running by the sideline when it's time to sub you.
But there's only a subbing area. It's like this big. So you got to like pass each other.
So there's a lot of goals scored, I'm guessing, during the subbing for teams. Like that's when you get an advantage.
To be transparent, if we're doing a post-game press conference.
Yeah.
And I'm not a part of any of the preparation or strategy or any of it. So this is me talking about something that I've not helped at all or benefited. We really fucked up the subbing.
Well, you got 20.
I mean, that was a real
time. You got trying to get
hard to practice that. Yeah, hard to practice live sub.
I mean, that was.
Gump just said back here he was not happy with the subbing.
Okay, so Coach Gump's also.
Be running the box then, Gump.
Dude, it's like, First of all, we had 5. It's 6 and a goalie.
Yep.
We had 5 guys on the field multiple times. That's not good.
Can't have it.
That's Notre Dame football. Okay, can't have less people on the field than you should have or need to have. Can't have that. Then on the flip side, we had 7 guys on one time in a goalie. So that's 8 on 7. And the Reggae Rovers knew way before we did.
Oh yeah.
We had no idea. The Reggae Rovers were pointing out. There was like I got 7. And I'm like looking. Oh, I know we don't. Oh, yeah, we definitely do.
God, we do.
And then because it's soccer.
Oh, shit.
Was that filthy?
Oh, my God. That was filthy.
Oh, no, we missed it.
It was top right corner, top bins. Oh, my God. That was unbelievable.
We missed it.
Absolute firecracker off the right boot.
A true firecracker.
Oh, we missed it.
That guy's like 6'8".
Dude, it was a missile.
It was 4. You're talking about the goalie?
It basically hit the TST yellow thing right there.
That had to feel so good. Whew. See, that's what we're talking about, just one of those.
Yeah.
But you get back to Amazon, they were bidding, I think, for like a lot of things.
They just weren't getting it?
They just weren't, people were picking going other places.
Well, and you mentioned ESPN's a big part.
I don't know if that's still the same thing, but like people were, that was a real thing. Go ahead.
How does that get divvied up between the 3 of them?
That's all negotiated.
That's all after the fact? Or
No,
what games are Amazon? What games are ESPN? How do we know that?
Yeah, because they said Sunday night
That'll be evolving, won't it? Because if you want to be able to pick your games, if you're the ESPN, you're the top dog. I'm taking Steph Curry. You guys can have these other games.
All that stuff is negotiated, though, like preference on games and how many games you
they
get.
Negotiate probably who gets to pick first when it comes to.
Yeah, do they get days? Because a lot of the times, like that's how the ESPN TNT thing was. Is that like ESPN had Wednesdays and Fridays, and because they're talking about NBC, their big sell was like, hey, we're going to bring back Sunday night basketball on NBC with the old yeah, like that entire
donkey.
They're talking about bringing that back. So like, do they already have those slotted dates? I wonder.
I am not sure. $76 billion.
So much.
The NFL is looking at going like, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Quadruple.
Yep. We got a new marketplace all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Truly.
Amazon's in business with them. ESPN's in business with them. NBC's in business with them. CBS is not in business with the NBA, but they could get into the business of the NBA. Live sports are always going to be worth money. Like, that's just how it goes. I saw some people complaining about this TST. I guess last year was on YouTube. Now it's only on ESPN+. So there's a lot of people calling it a sellout, just like we got. It was nice to see somebody else get called a sellout. I got called it a lot. TST got called a sellout because it's all on ESPN+. I don't think ESPN would have an issue if this was going out on YouTube either, right?
Probably not.
Or ESPN2.
Just have a link.
This is awesome.
Dude, the games are sweet.
Yes, like that goal that unfortunately I only saw and you guys missed. That was unbelievable.
I heard it.
Yeah,
I heard it.
It was filthy.
Do they have commentators?
I do believe, it's Hercules and there's the other guy.
Gomez?
Yeah, I think so. Is that his name?
I believe so.
Taylor Twellerman?
Taylor Twellerman's on Apple, which leads me to Apple's only gotten in with soccer.
Yeah.
Apple, I guess they did baseball too, right?
Are they missing out because they want the big sports? Are they not stepping up to the
I wonder why they haven't kind of gotten into the whole thing.
Do they just get run out? Obviously they wouldn't. They got the most money. I'm just saying, do they reach a point where they're like, all right, we're not doing that?
Uh,
It's odd. We think they should. I'm just saying, is that their mindset?
Do they understand? I don't know. Do the people at the top, do they really want sports as bad as other streamers?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Did you guys hear what happened in WNBA?
No, what happened?
Yeah.
Not talking about.
Okay.
Also, Apple might just be.
Oh, what a goal! What a goal!
Is that an equalizer? No.
No, to take the lead.
Hey, that was one-on-one with the goalie. Just a cracker from about 20 out.
Like J.J. Watt.
JJ, that was phenomenal.
Oh, dude, seriously, I thought he actually had a chance to score there.
Dude.
He did.
I had one time I subbed on, and I thought I was going to...
Yeah, you had a path. We saw it.
I did one of these.
Yeah.
We were filming it.
Threw your hand up like
No,
boss.
no avail.
Didn't get the ball.
Nothing.
Wait, so you played about 5 minutes, but like how?
Touched the ball one time. It was on a kickoff.
What were your shifts? Like how long were you? How long
Good
were your
kickoff.
shifts?
It's a good pass. Completed the pass.
Were your shifts like 90 seconds? How long were you?
I think they were trying to make them shorter while I was in there. It was like a minute and a half, I think. Minute 15, minute 30. I stuck out there a little bit longer because I thought I was going to get the ball one time. I did not.
Yeah.
You're open, but
how do they sub you out? You could just don't look to the sideline when they yell your name.
I subbed me out.
Oh.
I subbed me out.
Oh.
There's a guy who's a real player named Zach who was coming in. When I would leave the field, he was coming on the field. He actual player. So if I looked over the sideline, he was just standing there. It was like, all right, yep. Next time I can get to that, because I'm on the other side of the field sometimes.
Yeah.
So like if I just go and sub out while action's happening,
Wait, man down.
Massive advantage for the
huge,
team.
huge.
It's like hockey.
And goalies are playing on the field, so you got defenders going up there. It's a full thing. I was back playing defense at one time. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah.
I was hoping the Reggae Rovers did not see. I was one-on-one with a guy. It was me in the net. That's it. And it was like, I should not be here.
I'm excited to watch the game at 7 p.m. tonight.
I should not be here. All right, we're wrapping up here on ESPN. We can't thank you all enough for allowing us to be a part of your life here this afternoon. I have cramps in every muscle in my body, so I'm going to try to figure that out the rest of the way. We'll be back tomorrow. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their entire life. Isn't that real?
Yeah,
yeah.
Very real.
Have a good one. We're in Cary, North Carolina. You should come visit here sometime. Cheers. TST. How you be?
Killed it.
Okay, I think we got it. No. Show's over. Nobody can hear it. Nobody can hear it. Thank God. How you guys doing, man? I want to let you know, I tried to stand up a couple times. Both of them.
Yeah.
No dice.
Both of them. Yeah, just like right now they're currently feeling like they're both bruised. But if it wasn't for this incredible grass, I mean, we're talking about a whole different world.
Beautiful grass.
It is fantastic. Are you guys here for the whole... You shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea. I saw them marketing that, and I thought to myself, we should not be telling people to be coming here for this particular program. We should be coming for the soccer. Are you guys soccer fans, though? No, that guy. Guy in the middle. No.
Big no.
No, not a soccer fan. Hey, what's your name, man? Eddie, you're good. That's a good name, Eddie. You got a good name. Good vibes, too. I need you right now.
Eddie's a dog.
Eddie is a dog.
Yeah.
I hopped in this thing earlier. I was like, damn, this is real cold.
Yeah, it was not
It was
nice.
icy.
It was really, really, really cold. How about this stage? We rented this thing.
Unbelievable.
I don't know how it sounds. In my ears, I'm in an auditorium.
Okay.
So that is how everybody sounds in my ears. I don't know how it sounds.
Haven't really heard me.
A little bit
You
like
sound
that.
great.
Yeah, you guys all sound great.
Okay, so it sounds like all the work that's been done by, Tim, Zito, Haddlebag, Nick, Foxy, Bruce Brown, utility player.
Yeah, exactly. 5 tools, some would say.
Great work. Foss was here. Great work, boys. Great work putting this thing together. Dave, the stage and his family.
Dave.
They're talkative, but they got a great stage.
Hey, we can get Foss in the game tonight.
Foss was in the game this morning. Did you see it?
I heard he didn't get any time.
He went in?
They said
We didn't see him.
No, is that real? He did not play?
I don't think he did.
We did not see Foss. He said he took
Manager's
a run,
decision.
but we did not see him once.
I'm calling him right now. What do you mean he did not go?
I don't think he touched feet on grass.
He went in when I got here.
So Coach Tony Miola does a full breakdown on what the subbing is, who's going in for what. And as soon as the game stops, a name that I had not heard in my position. Hey, did you play today at all? We're live.
Fox is just...
Yeah, I played for about 45 seconds. I tried to kick it to you, and it went to the goalie.
Oh, no, you hit a good ball, though. That was on me. I couldn't get up and get it.
Okay. Fox.
I saw what was happening, and the moment wasn't right.
That's good.
The moment wasn't right.
But tonight's your night, pal.
Wait, we had a good team talk.
Okay, hold on. We're live right now. I would like to, can you please update me, owner of Concave SC, what general managers and head coaches are saying to the team? Gumpy has some thoughts as well. We will relay them to you. Foss, what was the messaging to the team today? in between games 1 and 2 here on this beautiful Cary, North Carolina Wednesday?
We just got to be better organized. We got to be better organized. We're going to change up the formation a little bit, and we're going to make it a little bit easier for us to just play ball. We forgot how to play ball.
What?
Okay.
Wait, what?
That was the speech. Who gave the speech? Who gave the speech? Was it you or Tony Meola?
Tony did about 90% of the talking.
Okay, good.
And then I told everybody to sit on the bench so we could actually sub like normal people.
Okay, so we got to sit on bench and say, okay, this is logistical. This is Foss football.
Yeah, bingo.
This is Foss football.
Yeah. False football TM is let's make sure that we don't put 10 players on the field, the proper number of players.
Like that.
And more speed. More speed.
Eddie speed.
We need Eddie speed to get
Yeah,
going.
more Eddie speed.
All right. All right, thank you, Foss. Great speech. He was still talking.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, for us, I'm going to get an actual IV.
Nice.
Yeah, good move.
That'll help a lot.
Yep, get them fluids up.
Get an actual IV. I think they're pumping vitamins into me, too.
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
you can put a bunch of shit in that. You should put some other stuff in there, too.
I've never done that before.
Oh, it's awesome.
You're going to feel great.
They say they can put Toradol in it. A lot of those places.
Yeah.
It says Toradol, for real.
What?
Tell them like Toradol. Yes.
Holy
Let
shit.
me know. I might come with you. Let me know.
What are the odds for me to score tonight? Eddie. Right now we're talking about it. Can I stand up? You know.
Shoot him
Yeah, but Eddie, you look amazing. Eddie, I love you,
41.
Eddie. Oh, Eddie, you do not look 41.
No way you're 40.
Eddie, you look 27, Eddie. Eddie, baby, Eddie. Eddie, where you're from here?
It's grounding. Perfect.
Yeah, okay. There's a lot of people that are going to say that. I got an IV thing. We will certainly tomorrow.
Yep.
Eddie, your juice is what we need. Gumpy, you hear Eddie's juice right there, Eddie? Gumpy, how come you're not bringing this type of juice to Concave SC's bench?
Need you, coach.
Coach?
Eddie does have the juice. I mean, there's some changes that are going to have to be made tonight to get this thing over the top. I don't agree with what Foss was saying, but we can say that for another day. You know?
Doesn't make
we got a little disarray in
Coaches
the.
keep fighting too.
I'm telling you, there's a lot of dramatics in soccer, bro.
We don't need guys sitting on the bench. You got to stay loose.
Oh, no.
Oh, boy.
Coach, you guys are
philosophies are completely crossed right now.
Tony Robbins in here or something to figure this out.
Coach.
Well, Eddie is Tony Robbins. You hear this guy?
Good point.
It's 41. I'm calling Foss back.
Yeah.
Oh, here's Foss. I see him. I'm looking at him right now.
You need a united front, Gumpy.
Foss, come up here, pal. Foss. We got a headset here for you. And cold tub.
Could you imagine if Foss was walking through and I just sniped him in the head with this thing right here?
Foss is
dead.
I was going to
You
say,
kidding me?
We're about to.
Coming up here.
Foss is the GM and coach of Concave SC.
And he's dead. Bang!
Way to go, Foss.
And he's fucking dead.
Way to make this all happen. We got a headset for you there on that seat that's wet because J.J. Watt utilized it as actual recovery.
Take a seat.
I was in there. It was cold. Actually cold. Toesies couldn't handle it. You can move that towel. I think you little. Yep. Perfect. Fosso,
Hey, coach.
thank you for everything you've done. Not just here, but everything.
Cheers.
Foss, Gumpy disagrees with everything you said, pretty much. Gump, would you like to run this back for Foss and Coach Meola, maybe, about your thoughts on what they just said about what we need to do tonight?
I thought we were going 2-2-2. What happened to the formation today?
The plan was a 2-2-2 today. It didn't work if you watch the game.
Where was the guy in the middle? We
Kinda
just
dunking on all of
in
us.
the middle. We're just having guys stand on the wing, and just no one in the middle, or was that the plan?
So that was the adjustment during lunch. We're going to have a dedicated.
Okay.
We don't want to give it away.
No, not too much. But what about what Gumpy's big problem was, which I was definitely alluding to, not the formation change that Gumpy wants to make change, which I think certainly have the conversation.
Yep.
Gumpy watched a lot of footy.
Absolutely.
He said, sitting on the bench, what are we talking about? Well, you got to stay warm. How are the boys going to stay warm? Ain't that right, Gumpy? Did I get it accurately described to Fosso?
Brother, spot on.
Coach Gumpy, by the way.
100%. He's right. We got 13 guys not playing. So you're prioritizing the guys that got to get warm, Gumpy, right? No?
Maybe a couple healthy scratches.
I think that might be the case. Think that might be the case. Think that might be the case.
Game 2, we're already
Think that might be
healthy
the case,
scratching?
Gump. A lot of helpers, a lot of logistical helpers.
Okay, did we have that conversation? That's not an easy conversation. Who had that conversation? Who delivered the message?
Not you, Foss. You got to play. You're not healthy scratching yourself, are you?
Hey, well, we all need to play a role. I think what we learned. I think what we learned in the first game was everybody was trying to be a hero, right? Sometimes you just got to execute.
Wow.
I mean, I think this is great. We see
strap up if need be.
Gumpy could play. We need more players.
we need another one.
Swing the other way. Yeah, more players.
This shows you how hard it is to win, though.
We did try with 9 though on the field.
Dude, that Reggae Rovers team, they knew what they were doing.
So organized.
I guess the Cincinnati team, very good at counters.
That's what I hear.
7 of them.
That's what I hear.
To Burnley FC.
Yeah.
Have we talked about the counters? Because the counters beat us too.
Yeah, we're looking to sit in a little bit.
Okay.
Drawing that high line.
We need to score goals.
Drop it back.
I love
Guys, coach, we need to score some fucking goals.
On defense, point of contention.
We need to dump rubber.
Oh, the POC?
I don't know how to say this, but we need to dump some
All
rubber.
night long.
rubber.
Yeah.
Dumping rubber all night.
Pucks on net.
Did you guys talk at all about, hey, how are we going to unlock Eddie's speed?
Oh, we did.
Got to unlock.
Eddie Speed is ready. He's got his hyper ice boots on right now, leaning back. He looks like this. We got him fed. He's ready. He's looking tan.
Did you tell him like, hey, we need you here? Like,
we need speed. Yeah.
We talked to a ball boy who's got some really good ideas for you, too.
Oh, yeah?
Kid. Yeah. Like an 11-year-old kid who was like, I mean, what you guys are doing, you're not hitting the outsides. Everyone's kind of staying still. Was there a talk about movement?
Everybody was outside.
We did think maybe we should move a little bit.
Okay.
That did come up.
I would just like to say that I do feel like I saw some good runs and good movement made by a lot of different players, but then different moments, everybody's just kind of standing still looking for somebody else to make a play. Speaking of making plays, Breck Shea will make them.
Yep.
We're
Breck's
running
a dog.
We're running Breck dry tonight. Is that
Breck's ready to go.
Yeah, he was the first one off in overtime.
Didn't like that.
Can't have that happen. I don't know why Breck's coming off.
Do you see how
one.
cool he looks? He's tall, skinny, cool, tatted, just like absolute dog.
Great hair.
Palm tree on his calf.
Yeah, and that left calf creates an absolute missile. He hit a volley, missed the net,
but
didn't see another shot out of him though. We need Breck Shea. Right?
How many shots on goal do we have today, Foss?
Are we counting my slow lob?
Yeah, that counts. I was there.
Touch shot.
I think 3.
Well, Steph hit one.
Let's get about 18.
Steph hit a missile.
How do we feel about Steph? I like Steph a lot. Steph's a dog.
He's a weapon.
Put him
He's
in
a weapon.
net.
He made some
full-time.
amazing saves and then scored your goal.
I have a question. Should I move to the back?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Go
either.
score
I don't think
goals.
so.
Play attack.
But I think whenever we go target time, it is nice to be back here. That's where I can launch. I can launch.
Bingo.
One. Yeah,
Bingo.
I can launch one. Now I don't know if I'm playing tonight. Might be a healthy scratch this evening against the Cincinnati team, who I heard can run pretty good. And we got a big game tomorrow.
Huge one.
Huge
Got a
one.
big game tomorrow.
Everything on the line.
But I touched the ball one time.
We're still in it. One loss.
How many teams go through? 3?
So the top 2 guaranteed, and then the top 8 third place teams go as well.
Oh, so like the third spot's a wild card spot.
Low wild card. Goal differential, though, working in our favor right now.
Yeah,
thanks
7.
to Burnley. Thank you, Burnley.
Well, I mean, hopefully you're not competing against Burnley for that last spot.
No, we will be.
Right now we are.
So the third place doesn't go into like a pool with all the other groups. It is the top 3 of your.
You have to finish third in your group to be in the running.
In a pool.
Or one
Target
of the,
time. We just had a winner. Hashtag United goes down to team they were playing against. How about the vibes here, Foss?
Unbelievable. The nostalgia. We were talking about it last night.
Kids are like, dudes are like cheering and then like celebrating. They had to feel like they're back. A lot of guys played a lot of ball at this tournament. A lot of talent. There's $1 million bounty.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of people trying to get it. It's a cool tournament. You've done a great job, Fosso.
Appreciate you, buddy.
No problem. This dude number 4 hit a rocket earlier. This dude number 4 hit a rocket. Hey, that was a rocket. Yep, him.
Oh, gritty.
This camera right here? Is that what it is?
Yep. That's right. Congratulations, boys. Congratulations. That's the Raleigh Rebels. Their cameraman standing in front of them, doing the gritty to celebrate. Number 4 had an absolute cracker.
Yeah.
Screamer.
This team might be a real squad here. We need to keep an eye out. Who are the teams that we're expecting to win, Fosso?
I think Zala. My pick is Zala. They got a great squad. Great squad.
You're not picking the boys?
What the fuck?
To advance, right? We're just talking about advancing. Concafa's advancing.
Yeah, maybe.
But I'm thinking the teams that stand out.
Maybe you need to turn your frowns upside down. We only have one game.
It is a
this
preseason
morning.
game.
I saw a lot of people mad this morning. It's like, yo, what are we doing? It's one game. We thought we were going to beat the Reggae Rovers. I had that one jotted down as a loss for us. I didn't like that was the early draw. I did not like that as the first game. But I did appreciate the fact that we're going to be able to learn. We're going to be able to move on. We're going to be able to experience a preseason game, which nobody else is going to be able to experience. The Natty game matters. The Burnley game's big. We get into the dance. We're dancing. We're getting better. I didn't like how how distraught everybody was. There was a lot of pot immediately afterwards, but I do appreciate how emotional they were. I do appreciate how emotional they were. Soccer's pretty dramatic.
Always want to win. Always want to win. Anytime you lose, it's a bad day.
You guys are still going in different directions, though. You were having a public argument with Goopy, the head coach.
I don't think I think it was a meeting of minds.
Are we going 2-2-2? Are we sitting on the bench? What are we doing? We need to get this stuff figured out before the game.
It's fair. It's fair. But conflict
is good. Mike McCarthy's conflict is good.
100%. Conflict is good.
I mean,
and Gump's got a brilliant mind. So we're gonna have a meeting
you
of
guys
minds.
called a great game.
It's gonna be great.
That's called a great game.
Good work, Purple. I want to see you in the game, though, Fosso.
I do too.
Okay.
I do too.
Why didn't you play?
Just run out.
Too many cooks in the kitchen.
I think there was a lot of cooks in the kitchen. A lot of cooks at midfield trying to get on the field. You know. Sure. And I think as you're looking, as you're surveying, how can I help this situation? And it was by sitting my ass on the bench and letting it happen.
Nah, that wasn't a help. Foss on the field.
They need you.
I mean, hit that ball in. I mean, it was what? If I was a little bit more athletic, I'd probably get that. Skim that in.
We just got to calibrate. They pulled me off right after, though. So the second ball.
Get the chemistry.
What's Miola doing? What's he think? Let's ask him.
Where's his dry erase board? Is he on a dry erase board?
Yeah.
He went hardcore on the dry erase board. He broke down some movements, some tactics.
Pulling his hair out like, I got to fucking figure this shit out.
I'm pretty bummed out. I'm pretty bummed out that I didn't get a chance to see this post-game meeting.
Yeah.
Legit. Did anybody film it?
No.
Of course.
No.
Why would they?
How am I supposed to learn?
Closed doors meeting.
Oh, no. We're not doing players-only meeting already.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Against the Reggae Rovers? Uh-oh. They already sent us into a players-only meeting? I don't love that.
Yikes.
I do got to catch up. We're getting the IVs.
IVs are ready to go.
We're getting recovered.
4 o'clock.
We got a big game tonight.
We're ready. We're ready.
You got any fucking Bojangles around here?
I've seen a few Bojangles.
Yeah, about a quarter mile that way. Looked it up.
Last night we were looking. We didn't see a single fast food place, but we saw beautiful plazas everywhere.
Yeah.
It's a very nice town.
It's amazing. Cary's gorgeous.
Very, very, very nice town. A lot of money invested in this town.
Weather, too. Like, it was pretty hot, but underneath this thing is awesome, and it didn't rain today.
Yeah, is it hot out there? It doesn't feel that hot in here.
It's a little hot out there. It's going to be perfect at 7, though. It's going to be perfect at 7.
They're saying it's hot as shit. Yeah, it is hot as shit. Okay. Hey, we've been sitting in the...
Yeah. Well, the shade's nice.
I do apologize. I did pick up a second-degree burn this morning. They're probably on my face. We'll find out tonight. I like that you have the fans. I like that we're prepared. I appreciate what you've done for this entire thing.
I appreciate it.
Let's go win a game tonight.
We got it.
Boys.
We got it. We're ready.
Tonight's team's good. Did Ocho play?
I don't know.
He did? He hustled?
Oh, man. This
Awful.
He is not awful.
Bad. This guy's saying bad.
Does that guy have a Cincinnati tarp on, too?
I don't think so. I've seen Chad
thumbs
play.
down is what this guy's saying.
Oh, this guy wants to play him. Yeah, he wants to play him.
Yeah, there you go.
That's an angle. There's an angle.
I wouldn't sleep on Chad. Chad looks like he can play from what I watch.
Chad plays FIFA, so he knows the game. You know, Andy's in great shape. He's always going to be in great shape, so you assume he's going to do well. Did you see JJ strike?
Yeah, he had his opportunity.
That was it.
He had his opportunity.
I don't know if the Reggae Rovers are going to give him one.
No way.
Think
They
so.
played. He plays at 6:30 tonight. I want to watch some of it. Be right before you guys.
Absolutely.
You found yourself in good spots, though.
A couple times.
We gotta find you. We gotta find you. You had a good feel.
That was the one thing where I felt okay. I was like,
it was right there.
I think I got to go. Okay, I think I got to. This looks. How can I get the ball right now? Is really the only question you're asking yourself. That's a lot of football stuff, dude. A lot of the angles and all of it. Seeing the field.
Find the open space.
Well, like if you're a wide receiver, if the guy who has the ball is the quarterback, how the fuck do I get to a place where the guy can give me the ball?
Yeah.
Which is pretty much
it's interesting.
The whole conversation.
And it gets so congested. Your job is so hard because there's usually 3 behind you and there's 2 in front of you. So you got to find the gaps. Everybody else, it's nice and easy to swing side to side.
Yeah, we didn't
You gotta
find the
hustle.
ball today. We did not. Just kickoff, opening kickoff. I delivered that thing though.
It's great kickoff.
You got your legs underneath you now. You know what to expect here. We know what the games are.
The scarf's completely on the ground.
No.
Yeah, it's got one thing. One thing.
Son of a bitch.
There we go.
It's hanging on. That's where we were this morning. We were hanging on just like that.
Yep.
But tonight we thrive. Tonight we fly. Tonight, CONCACAF SC set sail.
Here.
People say, CONCACAF, that must be a mistake from CONCACAF. No. It's a confederation of chill athletes footballing alongside each other. Soccer club. Okay.
Yes.
Each other silent, obviously, because it's already implied.
That's right.
With alongside. And that's what CONCACAF football is all about. And we're going to do it tonight.
Amen.
Come on.
Let's go.
We need you on the field.
I'm ready to go.
Who's playing goal tonight?
I think we're going to alternate.
Okay.
So Caldwell's in goal to start.
Take some shots
Get
from goal.
Stefanovic back in the game.
We need Stefanovic.
Yeah.
Shoot the ball from goal.
Think right back to begin get into the attack.
Maritovich?
Enough of the scheme. Let's just go play hard and shoot the ball at the net.
Amen.
Get him the.
Can we get Stefovic?
Please.
Can we get Stefovic in the game?
He's a star.
I think we can.
The boy's a
I think we
star.
can.
All right, we're out of here.
Incredible mullet, too.
Thank you all for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow. I assume tomorrow I'm going to be a corpse. So tune in if you want. I would not, personally. That would be against my recommendations. But we got IVs, we got cold tubs, and we got Ocho Cinco's Cincinnati FC team at 7 o'clock tonight. And then tomorrow morning, do we have a game?
Night game, Burnley, 7.
Okay, boys.
In the big stadium. Big stadium.
What about tonight? It's out here?
Both games, big stadium under the lights.
Oh, Natty's out over there? It's going to feel like a Thursday night high school game.
Hell yeah.
Amen.
Hell yeah.
Miss those lights.
Fucking boys of fall.
Is that when soccer plays on Thursdays?
I think it's Tuesday, Thursday in high school, right?
Yeah, I think you're right. That's
the last time I've really played.
Yeah.
I mean, that's like 20 years ago. I'm 37 years old. So, like, the last time I played 20 years, 2 decades ago.
That's nuts.
So I played a couple of men's leagues, like in summer for the Plum team. Plum, my town has like a GPSL team that I played for like maybe the first 2 years of my NFL career. During the summer, I come back and just drop into a tournament, and I play like 4 games or whatever. Be absolutely dead at the end of it. But other than